Yeah,
hot Cheetos.
We don't never talk about like the food and nutrition program in our schools in New York. It's some of the nastiest shit.
Remember when they started? Oh, Maul was way out of school by then. Rory, were you? Nah, Rory was out of school too. When they started giving us salads.
I was in school during the worst time ever, probably for food. The 90s, the worst ever.
Oh no, yeah, they was feeding y'all bricks. They started giving us salads when I got to like 9th grade.
Salads.
When they would have like the pizza day, they would have just that iceberg, but like just the white lettuce. Yeah. Not even like, there'd be no green lettuce. It would just be the white hedge, and they'd chop it and just throw that shit over there.
A little bit of French dressing.
Nobody would touch that.
No, now when I
like spicy chickens. I don't know how my stomach is still working.
When the Obamas, I think when Michelle Obama started doing her health thing in schools,
I was out of high school.
It became like a whole like
that's what I'm saying. Y'all don't know school struggle. Y'all don't know what it is to eat tater tots for breakfast.
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
and wash it down.
Breakfast. That was lunch. 100%. Tater tots was the lunch.
Wash it down with chocolate milk. You know what I'm saying? You know about that struggle, Josh. Yeah. No, you're still struggling like that.
The super donuts? I don't know.
He hasn't graduated yet.
Josh
he's still on reduced lunch.
Yeah, he's still eating like he in the 9th grade, bro. What's up with you, man? Josh is crazy, man. Josh still eating like a high schooler, man. This is crazy.
Yeah. No, I was some of the most unhealthy food. There was no healthy option at all.
No.
I think it's over here, and no one. There was nothing.
The mashed potatoes with the turkey that they used to serve around Thanksgiving used to bust, and I don't care what nobody say.
Absolutely.
Hell nah.
That shit was amazing.
With the turkey,
everybody's slice of turkey looked the same. Everybody's turkey looked the same. Everybody's slice was the exact same.
Nah, that shit was like canned turkey. It wasn't even like a slice.
It was definitely in a can.
Yeah, canned turkey.
Canned turkey. Look at how
whatever gravy that was.
Everything was canned. Which you think that they was really chopping it up in the back there? They was all on parole. Like, they had to get home before 3.
I went to see a friend of mine. Her nephew was in the hospital, so I went to go see him yesterday. And he just has like a respiratory infection. Mm-hmm. So I was just sitting there like, this is where I'm at in my life, where I just start observing like just hospitals and how they treat patients. So I'm like, yo, what they just brought him, like they brought him some, I guess, dinner. So I'm like, what they give you? 2 cranberry juices that's not cranberry juice, just high fructose corn syrup and water, grilled cheese, and something else. I'm like, you have a respiratory infection. You're literally coughing up phlegm. Why would they give you cheese?
Yeah,
because they're investing into their client long term. What do you think? What do you think they're trying to do?
Like, I'm sitting there looking. I'm like, yo, hospitals are really. This is insane that they're giving this kid grilled cheese. He can barely breathe. He's on a respirator, coughing up phlegm every 7 minutes. And his dinner is grilled cheese with high fructose corn syrup. America is the craziest place in the world, bro.
But the actual cafeterias at hospitals now are actually pretty good. So like when Kia gave birth and we stayed for like those 2 days, you know, they don't let the dad be part of like the program. Yeah. Like you're a +1. You're not in the Pelican package that she gets. You get a fucking chair in the corner and you have to feed yourself. Mm-hmm. They get 3 meals a day, whatever. Mm-hmm. They serve Kia in her bed. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go down to the cafeteria and come back with a real fucking meal. And Kia's looking at this like, all right, fuck Medicaid.
Fuck Medicaid.
Crazy, bro.
Great. There's like the hospital cafeteria is really good now.
Yeah, but it
used to be ass, but it's. I mean, that shit is like if you trying to eat in Soho.
Yeah, if you paying for it, yeah. Oh yeah, we got everything if you paying. But the patients, y'all gonna get this slop and being here extra 2 weeks so we can run that insurance up a little bit.
But what's funny is even having a cafeteria like at a New York City hospital is funny to me. Like, Amara was born on 34th and 10th. Mm-hmm. I don't need a cafeteria. I just walk outside. Millions of options.
Yeah, that's true. If you're in the Midtown, yeah. But I guess it's, people that work there, they don't feel like going out. You just go downstairs.
I guess. But, like, you want to eat where sick people congregate?
I like the fact that we can go into the hospitals and eat, like into the cafeteria. I like that.
Wait, just like somebody off the street? No, yeah. I had a wristband that said I was good.
Nah, if you're off the street,
I was VIP.
Yeah, you can go into the cafeteria.
You cannot just go into the hospital off the street and go to that cafeteria.
Bro, I'm promising you can.
I had to go through a security clearance with my baby on the way out. Like,
nah, you can go. I don't know about the hospitals in Manhattan, but I know uptown.
Kia got a wheelchair when she was in labor, and they was like, "Peace, you got to go through a whole." Like, I had 2 forms of ID just to even get through the first floor. Cafeteria was on like the 3rd. There's no way you
in the Bronx.
2 security. Well, yeah, all right. In the Bronx.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. It's the only hospitals that count.
Where they served the school lunches.
And fentanyl. The checkout person.
They run out because someone's taking it out the back.
That's a fact.
And now we know why Maul worked as a nurse.
I was never a nurse. I wish I was a nurse. I worked in food and nutrition.
Pushing P.
So you were given the grilled cheeses.
Yeah. I used to hand out the food. I used to deliver the food to the rooms and come up, help them come up with their menus for the day. It was cool.
How'd you go about that? What was like your first question?
I mean, it depends. Like a lot of them was like mad that they were patients, like they just had attitudes. So you got to kind of like just ignore that and be like, yeah, your doctor, this is what your diet is. Put everything on the doctor. Your doctor said this is all your options. It's the only thing you can allowed to eat. But it was, like I said, it was always whack when one of the patients that you got cool with, you go to work the next day and they dead. It's like
it's because of their diet. You didn't put together a meal plan.
The high fructose corn syrup, taking them out of here one by one.
You could have changed the world, Craig.
I know. I was just the guy delivering the food. I couldn't change no part of their diet.
That could have been a whole movie script that you like secretly start bringing in real fruits and veggies.
Oh yeah. That's definitely a movie.
You're the martyr where you have to go to court, but it was for a better reason. But you're really breaking the law. Like it could have been.
That's definitely.
Will Smith could have played you with a different accent.
Yeah.
Like
what
change
accent?
your whole ethnicity.
What accent? I'm from New York. What accent? What accent will Will Smith
bring back the concussion one. Same one.
Oh man.
Or just Spanish, 25%. Like he could have just played the Puerto Rican side.
A little bit of Spanish.
Oh yeah,
a little bit. Poquito, un poquito.
You was gonna bring Coquito
Josh
in there?
Appreciates that, yeah. And Coquito. Poquito.
Don't bring
Coquito
into a hospital.
Why not? For Christmas? It has to be one of the older guys.
You were just mad at grilled cheeses. Now we're giving cancer patients alcohol.
That's fine.
Yeah. I like it. Better than high fructose corn
if I'm
syrup.
stage 4, give me a cigarette and some Hennessy.
There you go.
Like
you on your way out anyway. What does it matter? It ain't my fault. How was your weekend?
It was cool. It was low.
Demaris looked like she was. Demaris, what's up? You get to scratching that skull. What you was doing this weekend?
In my house, like I
still
am
recovering
every weekend
from Wednesday.
that I ignore. Yes, still recovering from Wednesday in my house.
You said you were ignoring me this weekend. I didn't even text you.
No, I'm saying ignoring Rory's existence. Like
I'm seeing more and more of this generation, like, and people really enjoying being home.
Yeah,
I see a lot of people like on social media talking about it weekly. Like, I enjoy being in the house. I'm like, really? Okay, I thought that was the
rent high as fuck. I'm gonna enjoy. I'm gonna get my money's worth.
I don't know if it's enjoying rather than like really trying.
This is all I got.
Yeah, this is like There's no way.
This is the lounge.
We have become I got food at home.
Yeah, like, 100%. We are our parents so quick. Like, I laugh at how long I've been my mom. Like, it's a laughing. Like, I think back, I'm like, I've been my mom for probably at least 15 years now. Mm-hmm. Like, the shit I be doing at home, I just have to laugh. I'm like, why am I cleaning this bathroom again? It's just me in here. Like, how much of a mess am I making in my bathroom?
And when you go out, everyone's just talking about what you're gonna watch when you get home.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or what food you're gonna eat.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, it's like, I see what you're drinking. I have that at home for a quarter of the price. Mm-hmm. We could have all just went to my house.
That's why I don't understand how people always out every night. I'm like, what's wrong? What's wrong at home, man?
They don't. A lot of people aren't comfortable being alone. They're not comfortable with themselves. They're not comfortable with silence.
What's them thoughts? Mm-hmm. What you doing? That's what you gotta ask you. What you be doing, man? Why are you out every night? Mm-hmm. Like, why are you scared to lay down and just chill in the crib and let them thoughts just like talk to you?
Yeah, it's probably FOMO one, because once you get in that pattern of always going out, you think you're gonna miss something, not realizing that if you take a month off, go out once, you realize you didn't miss a fucking thing.
But how long does it take to get to that point? Like, how long? Because I see people that's out now all the time, and I'm like, okay, they haven't hit that point where they realize it's all the same shit every night. How long does it take to get to that?
But some people really love that, though. Like, there are some people
the same shit every night.
There are some people who enjoy the party. They don't want to have kids. They want to live that life until the day that they die. That's what they want.
I mean, I don't have kids, but I'm not partying every night either, though. Like, I don't have kids because.
But were you ever really a person that really enjoyed partying? Like, really enjoyed?
Yeah, when partying was partying, like I always say, I'm old enough to see the transition from, when it became bottle service. Like, everything was a table.
Yeah,
I remember when it wasn't.
There's still like the younger kids do have their version of stuff that we liked.
Yeah,
we're just so far removed from it. All we see is the club shit that's on TikTok and fucking IG.
Yeah.
I've been to some shit where nobody had their phone out. People were dancing. It was like a real cool underground event. Like, those still happen. We just don't know because we're not in the mix.
I know about them and I don't want to go. Because I'm at the age where I'm not going somewhere I can't sit down. So there are parties that exist.
Demaris, you are 30.
I'm 31, but I'm not going somewhere I can't sit down.
I kind of felt that way at like 25.
Yo, I'm not going nowhere if I can't sit down.
Yeah. You just standing and roaming? Like, nah.
Unless it's...
We need I'm not saying a section or thing. We just need, this is where our shit is.
Yeah.
Like, everyone can roam for a second, but we know where home is. It's in this corner of the party.
Unless it's somewhere outside. Like, if it's outside, like the outside parties, like how Duce Palooza used to be and shit like that, when it's outside, then I have no problem with that. But when we crowding in and there's people bumping past me and I don't have nowhere to sit and I got high ass heels on and my fucking feet hurting. I've gotten past that age. I can't do that shit. I need somewhere to sit down, or I won't be there.
You know what's next after that, baby D, when you get to that point?
What?
Kids.
It's true.
I'm just saying that's just the natural order. Like that's
is that the natural order?
I mean,
you've been there for 20 years. You ain't got no kids.
Yeah, but it's different for me.
He can pull out. You can't.
Yeah.
See the signs?
I could pull up the Plan B.
I could pull up. Baby D said I could pull up a Plan B.
I can Uber to the Glue Factory for sure.
Hey, Baby D, they Uber Eats in the Plan B.
Tell me, I know.
Yo,
they're not
Baby
really
D, baby, hold on,
don't you need ID?
No, hold on. We're not gonna let
Don't
Baby.
you need ID?
We're not gonna let Baby D
Nigga
get
ain't
that
even
off.
finished and Uber Eats outside. Answer the door. Like,
Yo, Baby D ordering the Plan B while he's still hitting it. It's crazy.
bugging the fuck out.
Might as well put it to
had
use.
dinner. We had dinner to Plan B on his way to the crib.
Yo, that
Gotta get the whole 24 out.
yo, that
Take it at
is
night.
craziness, yo.
You know how sometimes Uber Eats drivers like go through your fries and shit? What if you found your Plan B?
Open?
Open.
Yeah, nah, fam, we wouldn't need that. Like, what you doing? Give me my.
No, but he like sealed it so you didn't realize till way later.
Tamper with my shit's an Advil, I'll be pissed.
Yo, that is
Put a Sudafed in your Plan B?
Yes, man. Ordering the Plan B while y'all at dinner is crazy work.
Or it's just innovation. I didn't think because don't you need an ID?
No.
You can just go to
ID.
Walgreens and get the Plan B.
Yeah. They got that shit next to deodorant. Yo, like, what you talking
But that's
about?
locked up now too. Everything's locked up.
Push the
Everything's
little
locked up 'cause
button, man.
people
What you
steal.
talking about?
They take 30 minutes.
They don't need, but you don't need ID. You just
You
wait.
don't need ID.
Somebody just got to come open the little.
I always
glass
thought
case.
you needed to like show some form.
Nah, man, that's old
That's
shit.
only if you're getting it through your insurance.
Yeah, but if you paying cash,
If you
money,
waiting on your insurance, that baby's coming.
yeah, that's a fact. We ain't waiting on insurance. We gonna get this baby out of here tonight. That baby is out of here tonight. That's a fact. Fuck that insurance.
Does Plan B really fuck with your stomach? You don't know because you never taken one, but hypothetically.
Fucks with mine.
It's never, no. Oh, crap. No, not that
You
I've
said it fucks with you. Got my nerve system crazy. Yo,
Yeah, I'm in here nervous.
Stick out
farting
your
and
tongue?
shit. Yeah, like it was working. Like,
Yo, I think the biggest disrespect is like when a man asks you like, "Yo, you bought that Plan B?" I had a nigga ask me like, "Yo, yeah, you got that Plan B, right?" And I was just like, "Yo, I'm not gonna hold you. I would never want to have your seed. I don't know why on God's green earth you thought you gotta call me to make sure I got that Plan B, baby. I promise you, if
or
I ain't do nothing else
that could be an
today."
attentive father. Following up, making sure everything's going okay.
make sure you good. Making
Yeah.
sure
I
you
was
stick it to
Sounds
the
like a
script.
family man to me.
Yeah,
I think his head was just a little big. Like, nigga, you would be trapping me, not the other way around.
That's
I promise
funny.
you.
that's crazy.
I had a girl take a video of her taking it to prove to me that she did it. I didn't ask her for that, which I think she thought that was a good gesture, but then it had me thinking like what had happened in her past that she thought
She had to show you the video.
nobody asked her that.
Yeah.
Took a full video, selfie video of taking it. I'm like, I trusted you was gonna take it. I didn't think you weren't.
Send them the video.
Because now I feel like you taking a fake one. Because why the show? Why the production?
Yeah, it had my mind racing, which I think she thought that
She had
bring
a ring
comfort, but it
she had
did
the ring light on when she did it. It was content for her.
She probably on someone else's couch.
A ring light is funny as fuck.
She
Creating
had the ring
content.
light on to take
Everyone's been asking me about my Plan B routine.
Yeah, here
Fine,
we go.
I'll do it.
Part of my morning routine.
Yo.
Subscribe to my Plan B routine.
Oh man.
But yeah, Ma, I don't know. I think people are just really outside is expensive. Recession indicator. I think everybody. Also, your timeline is probably people older. You shouldn't be following no 21, 22, 23-year-olds.
Yeah, they supposed
I don't know how old some of these people I follow until they post those balloons in the back, and I'm like, whoa, unfollow. Thought you were 30. Didn't realize this was 24 for you.
And it goes both ways because sometimes they'll be 24 and I'll be like, oh shit, you're way younger than I thought. Then sometimes they'll be 40 and I'll be like, I thought you was 25.
Yeah, it looked great. You can't tell no more. This makeup is crazy. The makeup now is insane.
Oh, yeah.
Like you never know how old a girl is until like you see the balloons in the back.
And some makeup be making these people look older than what they are.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
for sure. The surgery does too. These chicks think that face surgery is making them look better. No, you just look older and weirder.
When you take all that fat out, when they're taking like the fat out their face and pulling their face back, that's making them look older. Chunkier faces look younger.
yeah.
How come the plastic surgeons haven't figured out hands yet? Like even the professional plastic surgery chicks, like the ones that are millionaires and get that shit done bi-monthly.
Mm-hmm.
I can still see your old ass hands.
Yeah, I can't wait to get my
Damn, how old is a girl? Your hands?
Yeah.
What's wrong with your hands?
I got old lady hands.
Demaris, let me see your hands.
Not on this camera. I'll show you off camera. But I got old
What's
lady
wrong
hands.
with your hands?
I got like
Baby,
wrinkles. Like, I got
she gonna
wrinkly
pop in the hoodie
hands.
for the rest
I
of the
got
year,
Like in the
wrinkly
fuck,
hands.
baby, do you not have old woman hands,
I
yo?
really I have old
No,
woman
you
hands.
do not.
I'll show you later.
You turn 31 and start acting crazy,
I
yo.
always
You never
had
met a
old
chick with
woman
like
hands,
wrinkly
though.
hands?
I had wrinkly hands when I was young.
Not a fucking.
No, I've met a no pun intended, a handful of chicks that were young, but they had old hands.
Yeah, I've
What
had
do they
old
do
hands.
for work?
It's not about looking. It's not about having rough hands. It's just like you have like more skin on your hands, so your hands look more wrinkled.
More defined in certain areas.
Well, y'all got to do y'all spare fingers more often every morning.
Yeah.
You got to do these.
It's usually women who have like small hands because I have like baby hands. Like people who have small hands, when your fingers are longer, it stretches the skin more. I have really, really short fingers.
Baby D, are you Venom? What is she talking about right now? Like, what the fuck is she talking about?
I'll show you.
Baby D, you do not have you don't even have to show me your hands. You do not. I feel like if you had old hands, I would have saw your old hands and made it a topic already. Like, we would have been discussed your old hands. You don't have old hands.
Big foreheads, wrinkly hands.
Who said that?
You know what they say?
No, I don't know what they say. I've never heard nobody.
You know what they say?
Rory, I've never heard nobody say
Everyone
that.
says it.
Well, Coachella was this weekend.
Yeah.
Speaking of old hands, there was a lot of old hands out there at Coachella.
A lot of young ones too.
I didn't see much of the clips, but I did see a shout out to T-Pain. I did see the clip of him performing and him talking about how grateful he was. I didn't realize that was T-Pain's first Coachella.
Oh, that is wild.
That is crazy. Like T-Pain, like he should have been at Coachella a few years ago.
Headlining in 07.
But he was happy that he finally got his chance to touch the Coachella stage. And shout out to T-Pain, man. I think he's one of the guys that
legend.
Oh man, and
Absolute
every sense of the word has lasted through so many changes in music, through sound, through technology, through just business changing in music. But he's somebody who always finds a way to still give us great music. So shout out to T-Pain, man.
Yeah, and I mean, we're not going to break down every single performance because I don't even think that's what our listeners want to hear. But
Did you guys watch any? Sorry.
Yeah, I watched some of the streams. I mean, Maul, your explanation of Missy's performance in Chicago. I mean, the Coachella one, she came out as a fucking transformer.
Yeah,
like
that's how she came out of Chicago. That's part of her set. I just think obviously the Coachella stage is bigger. So.
Yeah, that set was incredible. So now I understand at least from watching on a stream.
No, Missy is she's probably due for a Super Bowl. Honestly, like Missy's catalog.
Missy and Friends, I could see that for sure.
Yeah, Missy and Timbaland, they definitely need a Super Bowl. Missy, I'm glad I caught her show in Chicago. That was the first time I ever saw Missy perform live, and I was absolutely like just in awe of just the attention to detail and just the production of her stage show. Obviously, we know Missy has always been ahead of the curve when it comes to visually with her videos and things like that. But to see her live and see her bring all of that to life was special. I'm
not backtracking any of my statements. I still do not think that Tyla is Rihanna, but she had one of my favorite sets over the weekend as well. Tyla's performance was crazy. Choreography was great. She sounded great. I loved everything about her performance. I mean, me and Peach, we were on FaceTime watching the Green Day performance together.
Oh man,
we give it up. That's our childhood. Right
yeah, that's my shit. Green Day.
Yeah, my dad gave me the Dookie CD for one of my birthdays. Then Nimrod, I think, was the one after that. I love Green Day, and then I'm a hipster, so I hated when they went like pop and punk and started painting their.
When everybody else started.
When they went emo and started wearing mascara and shit, I'm like, nah, I like the punk rock Green Day, but Legends as well. It was great.
How did they sound?
Amazing.
Still sound great?
They're still one of the greatest bands of all time.
I want to see Green Day live. I would go.
I'd pay for those tickets.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to go to a Green Day show.
When they announced the lineup, I said that was the number one reason I would even go. Yeah, to go see Green Day, especially in that type of setting.
Yeah.
Glorilla. Sorry to sexualize you, but that was the main clip.
Sorry to sexualize you.
Sorry.
But that's what they gave us.
Them chicken nuggets was moving.
Yeah. Glorilla had the cheeks out.
A lot of motion. Yeah. Her and Koi, they'd set the internet off with a little battle.
Man,
Glow's gotten really good at performing. I mean, earlier this year or last year, I think she did go on tour with Meg, and I'm sure that helped. But she's been putting work into her performance. Now the rap girls can't just come on there and be cute and stand there anymore. Like it's over. Like you gotta perform.
I mean, I think that especially for the rap girls, but rappers, period.
Yeah.
You see, even 50 Cent got dancers and shit during his Get Rich.
50 coming from the ceiling. And then they have 50 swinging from the ceiling?
Well, he was upside down for the Super Bowl performance.
No, we understand that because that was part of the video back in the day. But 50 don't need to be coming from the ceiling, man.
He do. In this day and age,
50 don't need to be coming down.
He has the exact same performance for 20 years of just this.
Yeah, but fuck it.
This is what he's been doing for 20 years.
Fuck it. We're going to keep it hip-hop.
I agree, but he still does that, but he has production behind him. You have to do that. You have to grow.
No, I'm not mad at having production, but I don't want to see 50 coming from the rafters, man. That's Curtis Jackson. That's Boo Boo, man. Like, y'all know what this kid was doing in Queens growing up? Like, nah, man.
Hiding in the rafters.
Yeah, we can't have, don't do that, man. Don't bring 50 down. And knowing 50, he laughs at shit like that in production.
Oh, for sure.
Like, oh, y'all want me to come for the fuck it, man. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Like, does he know he ain't supposed to be doing that?
He was laughing during his Super Bowl performance. Go rewatch that towards the end. He starts laughing like, yo, what am I doing right now?
Fucking crazy.
I'm about 300 pounds heavier than I was when I did the In the Club video. I cannot be upside down. All the blood is rushing to my head.
We saw Chris Brown and Carucci had a little exchange that set the timeline of, I guess, in a frenzy. Chris Brown and Carucci saw each other at Coachella and had what seemed like a little friendly exchange back and forth. And then that set people off like, it's only the internet that tries to cancel Chris Brown. In real life, people love Chris Brown, even the women that y'all think hate him that he's dated. And that just sent women into a whole conversation. I ain't gonna lie, I had fun reading some of them comments.
She probably hated him at one point.
Yeah, but I mean,
but people get over things.
People get over things, and a lot of things that we hear may or may not be true. But it was good to see that clip of him and Carucci still at least in a positive space with each other.
I read that headline as two people that know each other spoke at an event.
Yeah,
right.
That's
right.
That's how I read the outrage.
Yeah, but some people that if you see them at an event, it wouldn't be as friendly of an exchange.
Of course, but to me, that shows just how far removed both of them are from that situation. Yeah. We know there was a lot of, from what we know, headlines in the song K, which is my favorite toxic R&B song of all time, where Chris Brown took no accountability and put the entire thing on Carucci, even though he had a baby with her best friend while he was in a relationship with her. It was her fault. That's why I love Breezy.
You sound like you bringing up old shit.
Nah, that's a classic song. I'm bringing up a musical masterpiece.
Point out the classics. All right, I got
K is one of my favorite Chris Brown songs.
I got you.
That was so fucking long ago. Like they're both.
That 2014?
Maybe before that. Maybe 2013.
Damn.
And I forgot when they stopped dating. Like it's been so long. They both have had like 10 different relationships. If you see an ex that if she really gave a fuck and was still like involved in that, she wouldn't have said anything.
Yeah.
To me, that's the proof of moving on completely. That you could see someone and be like, oh, what's up?
Yeah.
And just laugh. Like,
I mean, I always tell you, I'm glad that I am the type of guy that any woman I've dated, I think we are in that space. If we see each other at any point in life, it's always a friendly, hello, how you been? It's never no, bad energy. Fuck you, I hate you. It's never that.
But I'm sure at one point there probably was. Like when he ran down on her and was standing like this outside the club. I'm sure she didn't enjoy that. I'm sure she was saying nasty things in the Sprinter on the way home. But time tends to heal things. Yeah. But I mean,
what'd you think about that?
Spin the block at Coachella.
Baby D, what'd you think about Chris Brown and Carucci's little
laughing with each other?
Yeah.
Oh, every time I see any of my exes, I show all 32 teeth, so that's regular.
Thank you for that, Baby D.
Like what? That's regular.
Thank you for that insight.
You say one little smart little thing, you do the little lean in, one little smart little comment or some shit like that. Like, yeah, keep moving.
What do that usually mean, though? What do that usually mean?
Honestly, it's usually 100% innocent. It's usually 100% innocent.
I don't like 100% of nothing.
He could have leaned
Even
in
Lysol is 99%.
He could have leaned in and said, when the paparazzi see this, it's gonna be hell, right? And she could have laughed at that, and boom, there we go. Like it could have been anything. You
have to get one of those sarcastic light shots off when you see your ex.
Yeah.
Little whisper.
Yeah, especially when you're that famous. Like, cameras is on you at all times. We at Coachella, cameras is on Chris Brown anywhere he's at Coachella. So he knows, and you got to kind of give that little, and like I can't really hug you and embrace you like I want to because they going to blow it out of proportion. And then once you do that, you send a text message like, baby, the text message after you see them. The text message after you see them.
What the text message say? What's your I just see my ex game.
Glad to see that you did everything you said you was going to do. How's your mom?
Nah, Baby D do shit like
we should catch up properly outside of a setting like that. Something like that.
Nah, Baby D do shit like you should cut your hair. That's the type of shit she's saying. That's her flirt. Nah. After she says you should cut your hair shorter.
Nah, it's more like I would hate to shut Coachella down early. Keep it cute.
But what do you say when both you guys?
Why are you shutting Coachella down? Because girls was around me saying what's up. Like, oh, you that? See, Baby D that type. She trying to get Coachella shut down. Like, yo, I'm just Chris Brown out here chilling.
Not actually shut down, no. But
you almost got Palooza shut down for something like that.
You cool?
Huh?
Almost getting Palooza shut down.
Is you cool? I was ready to shut that whole
Coney
shit
Island? Baby D, I remember that one. I remember seeing Baby D wild.
I just think it's funny that like at the height of the beef, Kanye and Drake saw each other at Coachella, didn't shut it down. But Demaris, if she saw her ex at Coachella,
shut down.
Whole Ferris wheel going away.
No, but you actually don't actually shut it down. But you send that little test like, don't test me. And just so he could be like, and giggle and shit like that. And they keep it moving.
But all right, even in that situation, I feel for them because you kind of can't win for losing. Let's say Karrueche hypothetically still doesn't fuck with Chris Brown. And you guys end up in the same place because that's where they fucking put celebrities. If you have a stank face or like, yo, get the fuck off me, or like, then it's gonna be even crazy.
You can't win, yeah.
So you just gotta smile and just keep it moving.
Yeah.
You see the difference when they sat Quavo next to Chris and when they sat Karrueche next to Chris? You see the difference?
No.
No? Okay.
Nah, I wasn't checking for
What would
that.
you say the difference was?
No, just the energy was a little different. That's all.
As two famous people, how do you have small talk when you see your ex when everything you do is documented? So what have you been up to?
Nah, because they speak. I'm sure they speak.
I mean, I'm sure you saw my tour was announced.
Yeah,
I'm
sure they both knew that they were going to be there, and you know they probably
didn't.
I can't. I don't know. Maybe they didn't. But I think that if Karrueche is somewhere and Chris is on his way, somebody's going to let her know Chris is on his way here. Like he's going to be right here. Like you know where you're sitting, the section. Because I've been places and they're like, yo, so and so's on their way in. I'm nobody. Like I'm just like, all right, whatever. I'm good.
Also, event producers that will know that and tell everyone else, don't tell them that this person's coming. We want clicks.
Yeah, but Chris and Karrueche is different.
I'm sure they run into each other before. They're both in the LA scene. Like that's it ain't. I
think they still communicate.
Yeah.
I think on some level, I think they're still cool. I think they still communicate. But that was what a lot of women in the comments were saying. You know, like y'all be thinking that, you know, women be hating their exes, and you know, a lot of women do have healthy relationships with their exes, even though things may have happened when they were together that was toxic. People grow, people get over things, and you know, things like that. So, I mean, I just thought it was cool to see them, you know, both publicly where people can record a video and see them both smiling and having some positive energy. Which I thought that was cool.
I'm only in my own little bubble with this review, but it seemed like more of the people I knew went to Coachella this year than the year prior. Last year, I think I came on here and was like, damn, nobody I know went to Coachella. Like, it felt like a kind of an off year for our bubble.
Well, you know why?
No.
Because you could finance your tickets this year. I don't know if you could last year, but this year, more people took advantage of that.
Most of my friends that would go to Coachella were not buying tickets. Like, I mean, just people with...
Oh, my bad.
I knew you were going to force me to say it that way.
I forgot what your Rolodex looked like. My bad.
You mean the people I follow on Instagram?
That's your
It's
Rolodex.
free to follow. You just hit follow. You can see them too.
Shit crazy.
I don't subscribe to their exclusive stories or whatever you can do on IG.
No, but when I said you wasn't regular on Patreon, you was like, I am a regular guy.
Everyone can follow the exact same people that I follow on Instagram.
That is true. But they can't follow back.
Well, I mean, that it has to be consensual. I don't want to force follows. Like, in the times we're in now, it's a very sensitive thing.
Yeah.
But with that said, the craziest headline that I did see, Maul, was what you just said. 60% of Coachella attendees finance their tickets to attend the festival. Taking out a loan against the festival that you're buying a ticket from is fucking insane.
People finance everything these days now, guys.
Yeah, but I'm just on the side of, if you need to finance Coachella, you should watch the stream next to everybody else on the couch.
No, not exactly. Some people, it's the same way people finance vacations and stuff like that. Sometimes you can't afford to spend all that money up front. So
I understand that.
Yeah, but
that's your one thing of the year.
is
You're budgeting your year out. I'm all the way with that. We finance things. I get it. But taking a loan out where the payment plan starts as low as $50 and some of these tickets are over $1,000 plus all the housing, you're gonna be paying that shit off for years.
But it's not a. It's like,
you're gonna be paying that off until the next Coachella when you want to finance those tickets.
Listen, that Beyonce paying for just hit my account too. Listen, I wasn't paying $700 up front. Y'all gonna have to get it for me every month. People do that shit with everything.
Can we look up to see what the interest rate is if you finance?
I think it depends on.
Can you finance like season tickets to a game? To like a team?
Yeah.
You can finance damn near everything now with Klarna, Affirm, PayPal, Pay Later.
You just get hit over the head with fees and the interest rate.
Every once in a while. I think I paid a total of $10 on my Beyonce tickets and they were $700.
Oh, I think that's a great finance plan then.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So you still paying that off? $10, what is it, $10 a month?
No, it's no. The interest, my total interest is $10. My payments are $220.
Oh, so you done with that? If it was 700, that shit was almost a year ago. The concert, right?
No, the new one.
Oh, Cowboy Carter.
Cowboy Carter.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, got you.
I thought someone bought her tickets.
He did, but I also bought my own tickets. I wasn't gonna take that chance.
You didn't want him to get flaky and back out on you.
A flat fee of $41 is charged for using the payment plan. That ain't nothing. That's an 8% interest rate.
All right. Interest rate calculator. We're all stupid, so everyone in the comments, relax. We're just having fun. How long would it take with an 8% interest rate for $1,000? It would take 9 years and double to $2,000 based off what Coachella was offering. If you want to go the route of the lowest version, you could take 9 years to pay off your $1,000.
We have it right there, which they only charged you $41 to use the payment plan. That was
but plus 8% on what you spend.
This fee is equivalent to roughly 8% of the ticket.
All right, cool.
So yeah, $41 total flat fee.
I'm not mad at that then. I suppose, but then you're also putting it on your credit card.
Sometimes people put it on debit. No, actually, you can't do them pay laters. You can't put on a credit card. It has to be on a debit card or a bank account.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, more power to everyone there.
I want to finance some season tickets.
You can do that.
If they don't make the playoffs, fuck that. I'm not paying that shit.
No, it don't, baby. It don't work like that.
I'm disputing. That wasn't me. I'm disputing. Them niggas got me at every
game. It don't work like that, baby. Still gotta pay.
Fuck them tickets, man.
I'm trying to think if there was anything else that I saw Coachella related. Just looked like a good time. Austin Mills performed. Thought that was great.
Man.
Yeah, when Emotional Oranges did it 2 years ago, he was on someone else's set, so it was really cool to see him on the stage. But to be on the lineup this year, I think that's amazing. So
shout out to St. John. He performed as well. I saw some of his set. Yeah.
Crazy, especially the cross and shit. Like just his set design is fire too.
Shout out to Saint, man. It was good to see him on that Coachella
I'm here to
stage.
say Meg had the best performance. I stayed up all night last night and watched it. Meg went crazy for an hour and still left like 3 #1 hits on the table. She didn't even have time to perform. Meg went absolutely fucking insane. Entertaining, dancing, choreography, nonstop, outfit changes, set changes, brought out Queen Latifah to perform UNITY, brought out Sierra to perform a mashup of goodies in the song that interpolates it, and brought out Victoria Monet and had Victoria Monet sit her ass on her knee, and Meg grabbed her ass. So yeah, best performance. Went absolutely insane. She should have been a headliner.
I didn't see that clip.
Yeah.
Gotta do my research.
Nah, y'all missed that. Y'all should go back and watch that if y'all can.
Did you guys see any clips of Vibes Cartel at the Barclays Center?
World boss. Yeah, hell yeah.
I think that's
shout out to Vibes Cartel shutting down Brooklyn. How many nights did he do?
I could be wrong. I thought it was just one.
Hell nah.
He could do 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I think he did too.
2? Okay. I mean, as much as I would have want to go to that, back to our conversation of maybe staying in the house. Yeah. That let out would have been a little too much for me.
Yeah,
that downtown Brooklyn would have been a lot. I'm saying in a good way, just maybe a little too much for me.
I would have had to get into a whole different mindset to go into the Barclays for that, man.
That shit would be Juve next to Apple.
Yeah, man. But it was dope to see Vibes on the stage. It looked like an incredible show. Shout out to Vibes, man. You know, where he was last year, where he is now. It's just incredible to see him shut down the Barclays like that.
And even, of course it was trending on the timeline because Vibes is Vibes, but I saw a lot of people just admitting, which is fine, that they had no idea the impact that Vibes Cartel had on the world. Yeah. He's fucking Hove to a lot of people. He's Beyonce to a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's Michael Jackson to a lot of people. Vibes is the definition of fucking dancehall. So it was great to see that he was getting his flowers there.
Great to see Vibes shut it down, but I was really, only looking at all the Shinsia clips. Sorry, I love Vibes, man, but shout out to Shinsia. Like she just looked great.
Did you cry like Safari watching Vibes the way you were watching her?
No, I cried like Safari watching Shinsia, yeah.
Can we pull up Safari crying real quick? Shout out to Safari, man, friend of the show.
What was you crying about?
Nothing.
You cried at Gunna. A Jamaican man can't cry at Vibes? That makes way more sense.
That's what he was crying at.
Yeah, it was just...
I didn't cry like that at Gunna.
Crying like that over Vibes Cartel.
The Flash being on,
he was going to be in prison for the rest of his life.
Crying with the Flash on was crazy.
Vibes should be crying like that. The fact that he's free and then Brooklyn shutting down. Safari don't need to be crying like that.
Why not?
Come on, man.
Straight.
Nah, don't
that's what he says.
Yeah, but don't say that to me.
No, but that's what Safari said.
I know that's what he said. I'm telling you, don't say that to me is what I'm asking you to do.
But look how happy he is, man.
Nah, shout out to Safari, man. He looked like he had a good time.
I saw Cardi was in there too. Cardi was moving around the Barclays. cheeks all the way out. Never mind.
I'm listening, man. I'm just, music. That's all.
Maul, I'm here to talk to you and all of the artists out there about our guys over at Distrokid. Distrokid makes music distribution super easy, and they never take a cut of your royalties, which to me is probably the most important thing, especially for the up-and-coming artists. It's the easiest way to get your music into all the streaming services and stores like Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, as well as social platforms like TikTok and Instagram. That's like one of the toughest things I feel like for up-and-coming artists. How do I even get my stuff on DSPs? Distrokid distributes your music to over 150 stores worldwide. Maul, I have been releasing music over, I don't know how many years, whether it be my stuff or people I'm working with. Distrokid is like the first step when it comes to figuring out what you need to do to get it out to the world. Without this step, nothing even really matters.
Your Distrokid membership also comes with a ton of free products and features to help you promote your music. Starting at $22.99, you can upload and distribute as much music as possible and keep 100% of your royalties. I like the sound of that, Rory. Yeah. Keeping 100% of your royalties is definitely a selling point. Sign up at distrokid.com.
Click our link in the description down below for 10% off your subscription. Over the weekend, after I was watching the Coachella clip, stream, vibe shit, I did go back to our Twitter poll when we were discussing swinging. Was that on our regular episode or that was on Patreon?
Regular.
It was on regular. We had a voicemail, someone called in, and we completely turned from giving advice to asking if you want to see your partner with someone else. And Maul, I hate to tell you, 9.6% of our listeners would like to watch their partner with someone else.
Why would you hate to tell me that?
Because, I mean, you said it was a mental illness.
Well, 9.6% of our listeners have a mental illness. That's all. Those sounds about right, Pete? That's about the numbers right there. About 9%
that's a fair
of people.
Number, too.
Yeah, about 9% of people out there with mental illnesses that are undiagnosed.
I kind of just love how the social team typed it out. Yeah, I'm into that. Or absolutely not.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Yeah, they could have put a maybe in there. I don't know. I'd be willing to try it.
Still thinking about it.
Yeah.
Nobody.
I need to bring it up one Valentine's Day or something.
You heard what Demaris just said. Keep it cute, right? You heard what Demaris just said. So imagine now walking in, watching your partner with somebody else. It's not happening, man. Nobody's into that shit like that for real.
9.6%.
Mental illness. We talked about this last week.
But this is how stupid polls are, because like this is how
it's the polls that are stupid.
This is how the news like really reports information that we deem like law. Like, no, this is from a poll. This is mathematics. They'll poll 100 people on a topic and then take that number, and then all of a sudden that represents America. So we, like a news station would take this.
Family Feud has been doing that for years. What you mean? Number one show in America. Yeah.
Are they wrong?
No, often. They're not. They're not.
Go to their top rappers when Steve did that one.
Oh my God. That was crazy. That was insane.
Who was number one?
I want to say Snoop, I think.
We definitely covered that whole thing, but I didn't store that in my memory, thank God. That was one of those topics we talked about and I completely forgot about afterwards.
On purpose? You on purpose forgot?
But we could come out and just report that 9.6% of people want to watch their partner with someone else. Just because we have that poll.
Yeah, Snoop is number one.
But that makes sense. Snoop is the most popular rapper of all time. Yeah, the list is kind of nuts.
Yeah, Snoop, yeah, that makes sense.
Also, we caught another one of being fake viral. This time it wasn't about soda shaming. It was more about mixtapes. Mm-hmm. Did our mixtape Mount Rushmore, which had a lot of the timeline going back and forth, not even on our posts. I just saw it across the board with different blogs. I'm here to say that all the things that the South claims we do with our New York bias, the South does 10 times worse than us.
Way worse.
And it's not even close. Like, I'm here to say that New York bias shit y'all be saying, you guys have it 10 times worse than we would ever have a bias. Mm-hmm. They was trying to tell me that 50 never even did a mixtape that people listened to. He was never on radio or was even heard until Get Rich or Die Trying. Like, he didn't do the first ever mixtape tour called No Fear. Like, his entire existence started from mixtapes. Mm-hmm. First time he was on the radio was remixing records that were other people's records. Wankster was not the first time he was on there. He's remixing LL Cool J records. Mm-hmm. That was on the radio. He did the first mixtape tour. And then they were telling me that, that never happened.
No, 50 definitely is has one of the best mixtape catalogs. Definitely is one of the, ambassadors of exactly how much a mixtape can propel you into mainstream and, become a superstar. I think he probably is the poster boy for that. But the comments, there was a lot of people throwing people in there. Somebody said, I think Wiz has a strong case for the best mixtape catalog. Cushion OJ, I think obviously is legendary.
Now, I'm never mad. We were going off Mount Rushmore. So I kind of want to make that clear of what I think at least the Mount Rushmore means. It means like the creators and forefathers, right?
Yeah.
Not necessarily like the greatest. Because I'm never mad if someone says they think Wiz is the best mixtape catalog.
Yeah.
I don't personally think that, but he deserves to be in the conversation.
Absolutely.
Objectively, no matter what. So y'all giving 50 way too much credit in the mixtape world. Squad Up series was already a thing before 50 started putting tapes up. I'm not saying a mixtape did not exist before 50 Cent. I'm saying the style and structure in which he did it as a solo artist and how that created his career. He was the first to do that. He laid the blueprint that everyone on that Mount Rushmore used afterwards.
Right. And you know what? The thing about this, I'm not debating this with nobody that never used a landline. Like if you ain't using landline phone, I'm not debating with you about anything. That's just my thing in life now. Like I got to start asking, have you ever used a landline phone? Yes or no? If you haven't, you got it, bro. Whatever you feel, because your world, you will never understand my world. So I totally listen, man. You got it. I'm not arguing with nobody that never used a landline phone. I'm not doing it.
What else we have for comments? Was that was the last one you had, Josh? I'll put Wale mixtape discography against All There Is Fight Me. I mean, you guys already know what type of Wale fan I am.
Wale's underrated.
If we went with favorites, Wale would probably be in my top 3 to 5.
Mixtapes?
Mixtapes, discographies. My personal favorites, yes.
Okay.
But then again, it's also not fair. That's why I think the Mount Rushmore needs to be established as these are the forefathers of it. Once Wale came around, mixtapes were so established that it was necessary that in between albums, you were pumping out 2 mixtapes. Like he's from the blog era where that was so necessary. That's why Wayne has 30 mixtapes and 50 only has 3. Things were different. You use that to get on, and then you did your albums. But then again, 50 pushed that to G-Unit Radio, which there's like 75 of those in between albums. Elephant in the Sand, like, I just think it's kind of an unfair situation when we're talking about the older artists, because I mean, Big Sean's catalog, mixtapes are my favorite. All that artists from that generation, mixtapes are my favorite. I saw Dreamville, they were going around asking everyone J. Cole favorite project outside of Forest Hill Drive. Friday Night Lights, everyone kept saying. It's a mixtape. It's not even an album.
Right.
It's a different time.
Well, like in true fashion, true white people fashion, Rory, y'all had to make y'all white rapper Mount Rushmore.
What about us guys?
I'm saying, like it's naturally we can't talk about rap without talking about the white rapper. So they made a white rapper.
Lucien Grange, Leor Cohen, a bunch of faceless
Rick Rubin,
redacteds.
All right, so this is Mount Rushmore. Obviously Eminem, rest in peace, Mac Miller. Is that Paul Wall?
It appears to be Paul Wall.
Paul Wall and Russ.
I feel bad for the guy that had to sculpt Russ's hair.
Yeah,
that would have taken forever to chisel.
Looks like it was he had leave-in conditioner in his hair right there. So that's a good leave-in. I don't know if Paul Wall is on the white rapper Mount Rushmore.
Again, establish what Mount Rushmore is.
Well, the ones that kind of, laid the foundation for the foundations for the white rappers.
So you would take Paul Wall off before Russ if we talking about laying foundations?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't say I wouldn't take Russ off either, but just looking at that, I mean, Mac is still too young.
The only case I would make for Mac was defining the generation of the new white rapper. Like where it went outside of Eminem, it was kind of corny it was MC Search and Beastie Boys, which was cool. They're bass and shit. Then it was like corny for a while. Then it was just Eminem. And then Mac, Action, like that whole time came. And I think Mac defines that era. So I think it's a forefather of the new white rapper. Maybe.
Oh, okay. Well, then
maybe.
If you're changing forefather to
I mean,
the new forefather.
Well, there's not a lot of white rappers that are like really established and have credibility. Because if we're just going forefather shit, it's got to be MC Search. We can't put, I guess, all the Beastie Boys. And this is going to sound crazy, and I'm not trolling. Vanilla Ice. I'm dead ass.
Ice, baby.
Yeah, I don't know about Vanilla Ice.
Why? How is he not one of the forefathers of white rap? You could say it's corny, you could hate it, you could say it was bad for hip hop. But
you know what?
how is that not a forefather of?
You're right, forefather. You're right. You would have to have Vanilla Ice there. You would have to.
I think you could put LP up there, even from like the label side, rapper side, like LP defined underground.
This is a. I don't know. I might be swinging for the fence here, but Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. You got to put Marky Mark up there, man. I'm sorry.
Wasn't his brother more popular?
I mean, he was in one of the biggest groups ever, but I mean, we not gonna act like Marky Mark didn't have some. I mean, was it House of Pain?
Oh, House of Pain definitely has to be up. Yeah, it was a lot of groups.
Wait, Marky Mark is Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah.
What? No, he's Marky Mark.
No, I knew. No, listen. I knew. Listen.
See, landline. Did you ever use a landline phone?
Yes, I've used a landline.
All right, cool. We can talk.
I knew that Mark Wahlberg used to be a rapper. I also had heard of Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. I never put together that was the same Mark.
Yeah, it's Mark Wahlberg, the legend. That's the legendary Mark Wahlberg.
The funny shit is I'm looking at like the Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, like I'm looking at the Wild Side tape or whatever it is. And I was about to say, this man isn't white, he mixed. And then I look and it's Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg, the legend. Absolutely.
That is actually fucking hilarious.
Naming your group the Funky Bunch after you were just arrested for racial slurs in Boston, Massachusetts. Where do you get the balls to call yourself have the word funk in anything that you do?
Where's Kid Rock? Is Kid Rock? Kid Rock was.
I was gonna say Kid Rock.
If we're just going off facts and not feelings, do you have a case?
Kid Rock might need to be up there. He might need to be on the Mount Rushmore of white rappers.
I completely forgot about House of Pain. That was a great pick. But again, these are all groups. Like I even just put them like small as one of the heads.
Yeah, you got to just pick. You know the head.
But it'd be just like us as whites to change the rules and put 15 of us up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a participation.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Gotta go get a new mountain.
Yeah. Get a new mountain. Need more mountains.
Outside of that, I don't know. It was white rappers were weird up until recently. It wasn't really a thing.
They not still weird. It ain't that many white rappers out here.
It's a lot of white rappers now.
Like
now?
Active right now?
Hell yeah.
Who's active?
2
other
years
than
ago,
Russ?
Jack Harlow had the biggest year of any rapper.
Oh, and Jack, yeah. Jack, Russ.
Yeah. Macklemore had a great time, whether you liked it or not.
Yeah, but they had like a little 2-year, 3-year run.
Action Bronson, Yellow Wolf at a time, MGK. I mean, Post Malone doesn't consider himself a rapper unless it's convenient.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Oh God. So I happened to click on, because he came on after Meg last night, but I was like going to sleep. But I just happened to click on it and I'm like, who is this Bama ass, country ass man on my, this post?
The legend.
Okay. He came out with a beer, a hat, some tight Levi's. I said, oh, okay. I see.
Get to it. Let's get right to it. We're going to get right into the set. Yeah. I fuck with Post.
Oh, I forgot our guy, Vinny Paz, that you said I don't listen to.
You don't listen to Vinny Paz, man. You don't know nothing about Vinny Paz.
But
is Logic up there?
No.
After his new sound, he's gonna be up there. You ain't
why is Logic not on the Mount Rushmore?
Well, who would you take out to put Logic there?
As far as rap?
Yeah.
Just rapping?
You gonna take Paul Wall out to put Logic there? The South gonna shoot. The South might actually come find you.
I might actually shoot you.
We just talking about
the internet going nuts. That's the people's champ right there.
Yeah.
I'm saying we just talking about rap though.
What that mean though?
Logic could rap better than a lot of these dudes on this Mount Rushmore is what I'm saying.
I would take any Paul Wall verse over.
Over Logic?
Yeah. Even if he walked in here and just started freestyle.
It's hard to take Paul Wall off the Mount Rushmore though. It's hard.
It's hard. In that transition,
now where's Bubba Sparks at though?
College Park, Bubba Sparks.
We gotta give Bubba Sparks some love.
Where's my white ID? My actual ID.
Yeah,
I gotta turn that over.
We gotta give
Dungeon Family's finest.
Bubba Sparks.
Deliverance.
Yo.
One of the greatest records ever.
Yo.
Ugly. One of the greatest videos ever.
Yo. We gotta give Bubba Sparks some love, man.
Paige, make me every character from the Bubba Sparks Ugly video.
Come on, man. Bubba Sparks, legend.
Yeah, no.
Come Bubba Sparks, white rap legend, man. Come on, we can't do that. We got to give Bubba Sparks his flowers, man. We can't do that.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm definitely with you there. Are we allowed to play a snippet of the new Logic song?
We can't play shit.
We can't play none. We already got we got another copyright strike sent to our email.
Well, you guys know I think Logic is a friend of the show. I actually think he's a good guy. I've enjoyed speaking to him. I enjoyed speaking to him afterwards. I've said to his face, some of his music is not for me. Doesn't mean you can't like someone as a person if you're not just there for all their music. This is my first time actually being upset at Logic. I wish we could play the snippet. He's in his Playboy Cardi, Travis Scott era now. And I just don't think the streets need that. I mean, if it makes you happy, do what makes you happy, bro. I'm not here to stop you with your musical dreams. You're independent. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. You're rich. You're a parent. The world is your oyster.
I didn't hear it.
But oh my God. I think he's trolling. He has to be. This has to be a joke. All right, so we just came back in because I wanted Maul to hear the snippet so he could react to it properly. It slaps, but I just don't need it from Logic.
Well, first things first. The last time I remember Logic saying he was retiring from making music.
Yeah, but every rapper says that. He's put out 3 albums since then.
Yeah, okay, so let's start there. Yeah, I don't. Again, we just going off a snippet. 12 seconds.
You think the beat gonna change to some boom bap?
No, I want to hear.
And RZA's gonna come in?
No, I want to hear what he's rapping like.
Oh, I assume it's gonna be in that flow for the remainder of the song.
Nah,
but I don't know. Maybe he's getting bars off.
Because you could get bars off on that.
Or could this be like some Logic conspiracy way to show how easy making that type of music is?
Now I can see Logic doing that as well.
That's where
He's one of those guys. He'll definitely show you how easy it is to.
He tricked the Wu-Tang to get back together. Anything is possible with the gentleman.
I don't know, man. I just think Logic is just one of those guys that's just so musically inclined and talented that, you know, he's going to try things and, you know, sometimes it's going to land, sometimes it's not. But I do want to hear that record. Like, I want to hear if he's actually rapping and flowing on that record.
I see what you're saying because I also, and it's going to piss all of our listeners off, I agree. Logic is extremely talented. Even if it's not for you, you cannot say that person right there is not talented.
Absolutely.
Why are talented people regurgitating other bullshit? You're talented. You don't need to do that. If you weren't talented, I get it. Ride a wave. Why would a talented person need to do that?
Talented people
that would be my issue with Logic in this whole. That's my issue, and I'm not comparing Kanye and Logic at all. But when Kanye with Ye was just riding the wave of the sound that was going down, I'm like, you're a genius. Why are you doing this? That's where I think it's kind of weird. But I don't know. Troll people. Show how easy it is with AI to make that type of music.
I could see Logic doing that though to make a point and just showing how easy it is to mimic that sound and try to recreate it in his own way. But listen, I want to hear the song. I can't off a snippet. I can't kill Logic and say yo he's trying to sound like Playboy Cardi and all these guys. I gotta hear the record.
And we can get off this, but they did a trap Mount Rushmore as well, which had Gucci, T.I., Jeezy, and Yo Gotti. And initially everyone was upset about Future not being there.
I don't think about Future when I think trap, but again, I'm not from the South, so I'm not the right person to talk about.
I mean, he's in that category, but I feel you. He's like right after, I think, the trap shit, but he definitely has trap elements for sure.
For sure. 100%.
Like,
100%.
If you called him a trap rapper, I wouldn't be like, no. But I mean, as far as the Forefather shit, I mean, yeah, it's kind of, I think they kind of nailed it.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at Gucci, T.I., Jeezy, and Yo Gotti. Yeah. If you are gonna take somebody off and add Future, then it would probably be Yo Gotti.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad at this photo. As far as trap Rushmore, no, I'm not mad at that. Yeah,
that one didn't have as much like outrage because everyone from the South was like, yeah, this is perfect. We're amazing.
Yeah.
This is perfect. You nailed it.
We've never made a mistake or had a bad music opinion in our entire life.
Honorable mention for trap Rushmore, Titty Boy, 2 Chainz.
Yeah.
Have him on there.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm definitely with you. And I mean, new generation, Thug has to be there too.
Absolutely.
But again, not Mount Rushmore.
Mm-hmm.
He would be for the next generation for sure.
Thug said, I'm going to pull up, eat on that pussy and dip.
You felt that?
That nigga's a genius.
All right, man. All right, baby D. What you going through? You all right? What you going through? Like we here for you. We here to listen to you.
Genius,
what's going on? You all right?
You never had a little food set and left?
Yo, like what's up with her? Baby D? Like, yo, he's a genius. What?
My bad.
Because he got that off and just left?
And he did it in A minor.
It's a lot there.
I swear to God, my brain wasn't even going there.
And that's how it happened.
My brain was not even...
And that was
way more layered than I thought.
Exactly, and that's how it happened.
No, he did not do that to a minor.
Right. I got you. I got you. I know what you were saying, but I got you.
We got it. And this is why I understand when Keri Hilson comes out and says she regrets some of the things that she said and done.
I saw Keri Hilson.
Now I understand, Keri. I regret making that statement about Thug.
It's okay.
It was it was B sharp.
I saw Keri Hilson on Breakfast Club.
Saying.
Yeah, man. Carrie is.
All right, listen, we're all Beehive, but we can't appreciate someone years later coming out and admitting what they did was wrong.
Oh no, that's not even what I was talking
we
about.
should embrace her.
I was still talking about how good she looked. I
what
wasn't
did
even
she say?
talking about
I
what
didn't
she
see
said.
it, so that's why I'm asking you guys. What did she say?
So yeah, Keri Hilson was on the Breakfast Club, and of course they brought up the infamous Keri Hilson Beyonce diss. But that's been like kind of a myth that's never really been addressed for over a decade, I feel like now. The Turning Me On remix, where Keri Hilson had the bars, because you're turning me off, your vision cloudy if you think that you're the best. You can dance, you can sing, but you need to move it to the left, to the left. Coincidence, right?
I think so.
I think the fuck not, you trick ass bitch.
I think they were overthinking those bars. Yeah.
That's how you feel about Carrie?
No, that's a meme. Sorry, I think the fuck not, you trick ass bitch is a meme. Not Carrie. Sorry.
But Keri Hilson said it's a regret.
Oh, is it Carrie? Is it? Did you regret that?
I'm not gonna let y'all do that because yes, that was a big pivot in her career.
Like, I love Keri Hilson. I thought it was. I mean, naturally, you know, I understand how fan bases turned, and you know, anybody going at, you know, Beyonce. This is how it probably would turn out for you, especially if you're an artist.
Well, you couldn't really clock fan bases at that time.
It was
not everything was on the internet, so the myth really became that like Beyonce had some like New Orleans Creole voodoo that just stopped her career at that time. That's what the fans think. But I'm sure there was some stuff behind the scenes. Like, let's not act like artists don't do that when they have power to shut certain shit down.
I can promise you Beyonce didn't have anything shut down for Keri.
Oh, I don't think Beyonce did either. But I'm not saying people close to Beyonce didn't.
I mean, I don't know, man. I think people put too much into that.
Publicists used to have a lot of power. Let's not act like back in the day, publicists were not right next to the fucking CEO of the label as far as who could push what button. I could see a publicist doing that shit. All right, you want to play?
As far as that's it with anything though. When you're as successful as Beyonce was in 2009, and I would have to, Josh, can you look up what of Beyonce's was out during 2009? If you say, if the team goes, oh, if you work with this person, I won't work with this person when it comes to, I mean, we won't work with you anymore, whether it comes to producers, songwriters, anybody, like, yeah.
A lot of those reference tracks and all those ideas you were being sent in the fucking boatload of CDs slows up a little bit.
That was Single Ladies time? Clipped. Hang it up, flat screen.
Let's not act like Keri Hilson was not at least a big factor at that time.
No, Keri Hilson was huge.
And first of all, that record did work outside of the diss record. Like
the remix didn't even work. Like nobody really paid attention to the remix though. The Turning Me On regular song was the big one.
And everyone was remixing it. That was one of the remixes that I think stood out. And let's not act like Carrie wasn't with Polo Don at the time, who was one of the biggest producers in rap, R&B, and pop, who I do not think gets his flowers. He needs to be up there. I wish he did a verses so people like could realize what his catalog is like. Polo Don was one of the best of that era. So she went on to say, but that's not the way people would think because that's a song I actually didn't write. Those are not my words. If you weren't around for that era, Esther Dean, who's one of the greatest writers of our generation, was writing a lot of the hits at that time, especially with Polo, and she wrote a lot of stuff for Carrie. So she was suggesting everyone was mad at me, but I didn't write it. Carrie, if it worked, would you be saying this? Like that kind of be that's my only issue with Carrie here. If that would have worked,
and Carrie became bigger as a result of that record.
Yeah, if it worked the way we saw 50 diss Ja, and it was like it went crazy. Would 50 come and be like, nah, I didn't even write Wankster. That was someone else. No, it didn't work. So now you're going back to a regular thing within pop music. Esther was writing for everyone at that time. You recorded it.
Yeah.
Probably a bunch of takes. Found the one you liked the best with the picture. I understand that you were being pressured by the producer and your team and all that, but you have the final say. Even with the pressure, which I get, you still have the final say. I appreciate that you're coming back and saying, yo, I regret that. I'm fine with you saying you had pressure from your team, but don't be like, oh, it wasn't even me. I didn't even write it.
Yeah, I mean,
you sang it.
Yeah, but again, I like, the way you're posing the question. If it worked, would she be saying this? She would need to be saying it if it worked. If someone brought that up, let's say in this hypothetical, we're not even going to go with that it destroyed Beyonce's career because that's a joke, even in a hypothetical. But let's say it made Carrie bigger and she was doing her legacy tour shit, sat with Charlemagne, and he was like, yo,
that time when you dissed Beyonce, that was kind of like launched you to the next level. Do you think she would have went, what's crazy is I didn't even write that. No, she'd be like, yeah, that time was nuts. I was a little nervous. Like we were dissing someone that was so big.
Yeah.
She would have went that route.
Of course.
I think she would have still said she regretted it though, because whether it worked for her or destroyed her career, it was lame. Because Beyonce hadn't did anything to her.
Yeah, I
so
think as a woman, as a person, I think you grow. Yeah, as a person, you grow and you mature, you older, you look back at a lot of shit like that was so unnecessary. Like, yes, I mean, I'm not saying she would have said, I didn't write it and all of that, but I'm sure she would have still, 15 years later, 16 years later, something like that. I don't think she would still be standing on that bar. Like, yeah, I said it. Like,
no,
that would just be absolutely crazy for her to do that.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of stuff she put on Polo, like, I don't know if this is true. My album wasn't out yet, so it was like, you're not coming out if you didn't do this. I made that mistake, which again, maybe this did happen behind closed doors, but I also don't think a producer like Polo the Don that already had so much results was like, you have to diss Beyonce or we're not putting you out. When someone had the talent of Keri Hilson and had I find that a little odd too. But then Esther Dean came out and went on IG and said, I'm not going to read the entire thing, but more or less that she didn't feel great about it either because, it's not against women empowerment and sticking together. But she said she wrote like 4 or 5 verses to that, submitted all of them, wasn't even there, and that's the one they picked. So like, what do you want from me? I gave you a bunch of different versions. That's the one you picked. Then Keri Hilson replied and said, don't say co-wrote. Everything on there except for 3 lines that weren't even part of the diss I wrote. You wrote the entire thing. So what is Esther Dean supposed to say? It's still co-written.
Yeah, but
I've never seen someone try to take publishing away from themselves, Carrie.
Yeah, but all of this shit is like,
Don't
I get it.
Co-wrote.
People still talking about this.
All right, so give her all the pub.
It's Beyonce. I get it, but it's been 15, 16 years, man. Like, do people even really care about this shit still?
Carrie cares.
It's still brought up in a niche community of music lovers. Yeah.
Every time Keri Hilson opens her mouth, Keri Hilson.
I'm about to say, who the fuck is Keri Hilson?
Keri Hilson. I'm thinking about Sierra. I'm sorry. Anytime Keri Hilson opens her mouth, people are reminded, like, damn, that voodoo really worked. Every single time. It's always brought up. Every single time she's in any interview, comments, everything. So she knows it's a big thing. It sucks because it would have been nice to see her have a career. She had a career, but to have like a longer career. But then again, who's to say if she didn't diss Beyonce that she wouldn't have went away anyway? We always say that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like people, even when people, and this is not, I'm not even gonna say that, but there are people that have died that people are like, oh, she would have been the biggest thing. And it's like, you don't know that. We've had so many pop girls that were huge and then we never heard from them again.
Yeah, people love doing that though. Yo, so-and-so didn't die. This person wouldn't have blew up. It's like, fam, that's a lot of dudes that's still alive from the era that ain't shit.
And they was that guy.
A lot of trash music, trash albums, trash. It's like, so we not gonna just make it seem like that person would have been on top or this. It's like, I hate when people do that. That's just like a talk because you can't prove it because the person's no longer here, unfortunately. But
I mean, Carrie had Knock You Down with Neo and Kanye. Like, I thought that record was...
No, she has some... Keri Hilson has some records.
Pretty Girl Rock was fire.
She has some records.
Yeah. But one could make the case that it just was never the same after that.
Yeah. I get it. I understand.
I think it's cool that you're owning up to it and regretting it. I think that type of talk is fine.
Do you think... So as far as the Esther Dean, because Carrie's thing is like, this 16 years. Like, this has been a long time. Why? Like, you could have been came out and say, oh, Carrie ain't wrote that, right, that I wrote it. But I mean, I guess the onus still falls on Carrie because you knew what that was about when you went to the studio and you laid that track down, whether you wrote it or not. So,
and I feel like, and again, no disrespect to Keri Hilson, I think Esther Dean is like, that's the record you're talking about? Like, look at my catalog. You think I even think about that remix at all? When I have Drop It Low, Super Bass, Love Suicide, Another Life.
No, Keri Hilson had records.
No, I'm saying from Esther Dean's side. Like, do you think Esther Dean is thinking about that fucking remix?
No, but
she has Diamond Records.
Yeah, Esther Dean. I mean, if you know, you know. A lot of people don't know who Esther Dean is, and you know, like I said, a lot of new people outside, and you know, they don't know. But if you know Esther Dean, you know she has hits. She's written some of the biggest records that we've heard. So, I mean, I just don't like people bringing up like. Because I know Carrie, obviously, she doesn't do a lot of interviews and doing Breakfast Club. Like, you kind of figure they are going to bring that up. But I know she wants to get past that. Like, she has to be tired of that just hanging over her.
Oh, for sure.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, yeah, she said it and, you know, whatever. Maybe she wanted to back and, well, she probably did want to back and forth with Beyonce, but that would have been probably worse.
Yeah. But and also if you're submitting 3 different ideas, like Esther was probably just trying shit in the booth and sent it to Polo.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, if you want to go this route, this is what I like. That's not her fault if you're submitting a bunch of stuff and you guys decide to pick the diss one. Like, it's a bunch of different ideas. And Esther wrote Rude Boy that year. I don't think she gave a fuck.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah. At all.
Facts.
Wrote Sex Therapy for Robin Thicke.
And Back to the Crib. Remember, y'all don't remember Back to the Crib?
One of the rapiest hooks of all time.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's what Esther should be coming to the podium for, not dissing Beyonce. She don't even know that we going back to the crib.
Yeah, it was wild times, man. You know what I'm saying?
She wrote Sex Therapy. That's one of my favorite songs in the world, like top 50 favorite songs in the world. She wrote Sex Therapy by Robin Thicke.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a classic.
Yeah, Esther Dean is not tripping about nothing. She's good. She's comfortable.
Yeah. And I mean, shit, some of the biggest Chris Brown records ever. That was the 1-2 punch was her and Chris.
Mm-hmm.
But
damn, Invented Head by Chris Brown. Y'all wasn't there back in them days. Invented Head.
Demaris, you was 14 years old.
When Invented Head came out, I think I was around 14, actually. Yeah, I was in 9th grade.
14 years old. You ain't know nothing about no head. Sit at the head of the class. That's what you do and do your goddamn homework.
No, Keri Hilson, Trey Songz, and Usher, I'm about to reinvent sex.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie got him like, what's next? What?
You were 13.
And I'm going to make it my duty to have you so woozy you think I invented X. Please. Y'all wasn't outside, yo.
Demaris, you wasn't outside. You was 9 years old.
he was the definition of
what
inside.
What are you talking about? Who wasn't there? You were not outside. You could not go outside.
No, I was on Facebook tweeting the lyrics. Because that was back before your parents was on Facebook. Your parents wasn't on Facebook. So my old Facebook statuses are insane.
Talking crazy. You would have been one of them girls that was on IG Live and they father come in the room with the belt and start tearing ass up. You would have definitely been one of them little girls. I can see Demaris getting her ass beat on IG Live. I can see it.
Saying you invented sex when your parents are it's impossible. No, they invented you with sex. You don't think I invented sex.
Kid shit.
Get off your fucking Facebook.
Oh my
trying
God.
to get poked.
Kid shit. Trying to get poked.
The Breakfast Club was reigniting so many beefs over the past week. They had Ja Rule on the Breakfast Club, which I encourage everyone to listen to that entire interview. It was a really good, just like breakdown of Ja's history, and they did a great job of that interview. Mm-hmm. But of course, the only clip that came from a well-researched, well-designed interview was some messy shit.
Yeah. While
Ja Rule was actually being very mature about the entire thing. Of course, 50 Cent got brought up, and I'll summarize what I took from Ja's quote. He was like, well, we're both rich, both have families. Like, we've all moved on. We're never going to be cool. Everyone just let it go.
Yeah. I think a lot of it was for, the words that 50 had when Irv passed. Ja was speaking to some of that. And, you know, naturally, Ja would be upset about some of the things that 50 was saying. And then, Charlemagne doing his job. Well, can't you understand why 50 would feel the way he feel? And, Ja was like, we had nothing to do with that. Like, you know what I mean? So, again, this is all shit that, these guys they've probably been in beef longer than half of their lives at this point.
Yeah.
At some point, it's just like, what are we doing, man? We all approaching 50 years old, if not already 50 years old. At some point, we got to just move on past shit. 50 and Ja will never be cool. We know that. I don't think
never going to see a reunion.
I don't think anybody's asking
about
50.
it anymore.
Yeah, like I don't think anybody's asking 50 and Ja to be cool. Both gentlemen can exist. Obviously, Ja's still doing his thing. 50 is doing his thing. And, just leave it there, man. I don't think we just need to be rehashing old things and, bringing up conversations and names and things like that, throwing it into the mix at this point in both of these gentlemen's lives. Like, at some point, we got to move past all of this shit.
I mean, once I was listening, and Ja did say his initial reaction when he saw what 50 had said about Irv, which was anyone grieving a friend would feel the same way.
Absolutely.
Yo, what the fuck? I felt Ja, for the first time, took a very mature route. But the whole time I'm listening, I'm like, Ja, you think this is the mature route? You think that matters to Curtis Jackson?
Right.
You could say, 50, you're the greatest. You killed my career. You're amazing. And 50 is going to clown you off that statement. Absolutely. He's not going to be like, yo, it's cool.
Yeah.
What's done is done. We can't, no.
That's not 50.
Is going to go
not
right
his
no
nature.
matter what the statement is.
Yeah, that's not his nature.
So, Ja can't win for losing in that case. But yeah, they went back and forth on Twitter the whole weekend, which I thought on both sides, like, I get it, but why are we doing this?
Yeah, it's just
it's over.
It's not even that it's over. It's just like, bro, it's a whole wave of people outside now that just were like probably 8 years old when all of this shit started.
Right, like they don't know what the fuck.
You know what I'm saying?
Some
Like,
of them weren't even alive.
yeah, like it's just like, come on, man. Like we got to get past this shit. We get it. I understand that there'll never be peace and love between John 50. I don't think I'm asking for that. I just don't want to see, anything happen. Like that would be super corny at this point. So
No, it's
just let that shit be what it is.
That's what Ja was even saying too. He had feelings of that, like anyone would.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do in this? We're old.
Yeah.
Like this is dumb.
I get it.
But it'll never die. I just thought maybe they could take us out of the group chat like everyone else.
Nah. 50 take us out of the group chat? No way. We in his group chat for life.
I don't even know if I want to cover the Game and Kanye Twitter fiasco over the weekend because I'm just not trying to cover Kanye's tweets. But another person, Kanye, you thought Game was just going to read the tweets and be like, I'll take the high road.
Yeah. That doesn't happen.
Like, if you were looking for
say,
attention, Kanye, you picked the right person.
Yeah,
Game will never let this go for the rest of the
I felt Game though. It's like, I ain't asked you for those 2 cars. Like, you throwing that out there like I'm coming, like, bro, I didn't ask you for those 2 cars. In fact, when you handed me the keys, I was like, yo, nah, I don't want this. And you insisted. Like, so you can't do that and then be like, yeah, well, you liking a picture of somebody that threatened my life. Like, yeah, like, I guess I'm not executive producing this. And, I gave you 2 cars. It's like, yo, don't throw that in the pot. Because I didn't ask you for those 2 cars.
It makes, not that we need anything to make Kanye West look corny at this point, but now you're making yourself look corny in that you're giving gifts
with loyalty.
Yeah, like
what type from men? Like, it's like, come on with this shit, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. Oh, and these are supposed to be the OGs.
Well,
I'm just saying, these are supposed to be the ones that the new generation is looking up to for, guidance and how to move and how to act and things like that. And then this is the shit that's happening. It's like, I understand what Kanye's trying to do to an extent. He's trying to push the envelope of, y'all push this type of message. Push this message that I'm pushing in. If y'all want to push Black Death and this, that, I understand it.
Oh no, out of like 100 tweets, he'll catch one where I'll be like, well, he's making a point.
Yeah, no, and we understand that.
99 that kind of trump everything.
Yeah, it's just like, bro, what is this about? And now you mad that Game like the picture, and it's just like, come on, man. Like, this shit is again too old. They too old for this type of shit.
I'm shocked. When did this happen? On Friday? Thursday? It's now April 14th. I am so shocked we have not gotten a 10-minute diss from Game. I've been refreshing my Twitter because I can't wait for it. This is my favorite type of Game.
Yeah, man.
Because Game is going to say some shit that's over the line, and we already know the history that they have. And yeah, this could get messy. In like a lyrical way, not in a...
Yeah.
I don't think Kanye is realizing what he's signing up for when it comes to Game.
No.
This could be very, very messy, especially with the people in your family that Game has met.
Battle the trolls.
He's met the family.
That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
That disc gonna be called Sister Sister.
Chill
Look at
out,
you writing.
man.
Look at you.
You can believe it. All right, staying in the mid-2000s and arguing about writing credits. This entire week felt like my childhood. I was so excited.
Mid-2000s. I'm sorry, people.
It was such a good era. Everyone's copying from it. But, well, you remember, I don't know, maybe like 6 months ago, we were discussing the Ali interview with Vlad, Ali from the Saint Lunatics.
Yep.
That had said that he wrote the whole song Country Grammar plus like 60-70% of the album Country Grammar. Mm-hmm. That a lot of those songs were Saint Lunatic songs that Nelly went and shopped as a solo artist and got signed based off his work.
Right.
I encourage everyone to check out that Vlad interview. It was kind of nuts. And Ali did not come off as a liar whatsoever in that. Mm-hmm. So he sues Nelly after that entire thing because all the comments were like, all right, we get it, but why the fuck did you not sue in this regard? So he went and sued him. It was thrown out yesterday. $50 million lawsuit against Nelly. The court said there's not enough here. You're just going to force Nelly to go have to pay for a lawyer and go through litigations and this expensive trial for months for no reason because you have no evidence.
Damn.
But there's also in this article says no one has commented on if there was a settlement outside of court.
Meaning Nelly probably was like, yo, listen, let's just...
Because Ali did mention in that Vlad interview, like, they had stayed cool. Like, he even up until, before that interview, he was like, yeah, we're just working out. He was saying he was going to give me $30K or he was going to make good on this song with $60K or $70K. He was saying, like, specific records that him and Nelly were discussing. Maybe that Vlad interview put pressure on Nelly, like, PR-wise, and he settled with him. I could see that.
I mean, we got to get to the point where we just are honest about why people don't work with friends enough or more. Because you go through things like this. And people love to say, oh, the music industry is fucked up. No, the people in the music industry are fucked up. It's the people that make the industry. So this is another case of, got it out the mud together, childhood friends. You obviously are a breakout star. So fuck it, we're gonna push everything behind you because the objective here is for us to just not, be in the same position, living in the same conditions. We want a better life. And if we could come together as a collective and get there, but you're the face, you're the star, it takes a lot for somebody to humble themselves and be like, yo, my homeboy's a star. I had dreams, aspirations at one point, doesn't look like it was gonna pan out. Let him go. But then you're supposed to be the guy that says, listen, this was my team. These were the guys that I was writing with. These were the guys writing a lot of my stuff. I have to take care of them. It's my responsibility to take care of my team and my circle, my people. But more times than none, we see things down where, friends or old friends got to go to court and got to sue and bring people involved. And then there's legal matters. And when do we get to the point where it's like, that doesn't happen?
You have to take the human aspect out of the entire thing.
No, but because
that's ego, that's selfishness.
But there are people that have people that they're day ones but they do good business with each other.
Yeah, of course.
We see
it's a people person.
We see more examples of it not being that way, but we do see examples of people doing right by their people behind them, the people that work with them, the people they came in with, they grew up with, their circle. Like we see people do right by their team. It's just,
Well, sometimes the case is everyone doesn't have the information going into a situation like the music business. They weren't taught when they were growing up how to enter the music business. And sometimes labels take advantage of the guy they think is a star and they don't even know the paperwork going on is fucking over their whole crew and don't even have the power to change it at that point once they figure it out. This situation based off that Vlad interview doesn't sound like the case. Because Ali said they all in agreement that no one was going to go out to do the solo thing. Ali said he had gotten offers as a solo artist with some of those records already. He said, nah, it's the crew. Nelly went and linked up with Mace's manager and started shopping those records around. And Vlad brought up the point that you were saying, like, oh, he brought the crew with him. And Ali was like, no, that wasn't the case. It was because all of those records from Country Grammar, we had wrote those for him. He couldn't take us off. Like, he wasn't like, yo, come on, friends. The records he had were ours, so that's why they were on the album. It wasn't like off some sheer friendship. Right. He was doing some grimy backdoor shit, and then took all the pub.
Yeah, it's just.
And again, I don't know that to be true. That was just what Ali said in the interview.
That's just those are some hit records. Like
there's not a skip on that Country Grammar album.
Life-changing music, life-changing records, life-changing sales. Like
gonna sound like a nuts comparison, but during that first Nelly album, like with the Batter Up shit and a bunch of the Saint Lunatics, even the version of Rock the Mic that we love from Nellyville, there was Wu-Tang comparisons, not that they were Wu-Tang, but damn, we've never seen 8 rappers with a star like this. Like Nelly had hits with 7 people on it. That was rare at that time for radio.
Yeah.
Batter Up, they fielded the entire field. They had a center fielder, right fielder, like the whole crew. Everyone had a verse.
Just don't ever compare that to Wu-Tang.
I'm saying you were outside at that time.
Oh, 100%.
There was no one saying like, damn, we haven't seen this since Wu-Tang. I'm not saying they were Wu-Tang.
Right.
But when had you seen a rap crew of that many members have a hit? The third single was Batter Up.
Right, and everybody getting off.
Yes.
You know,
it was Murphy Lee coming. Like that, it started to feel like, oh, all right, it's Nelly, then it's going to be Murphy Lee.
Right.
And these guys are already on hits from his first record. It's just a matter of time for each of these guys to get a solo project or this to become a brand of the Saint Lunatics. That was a thing. Even the dude with the mask was like old dirty bastard at that time. Who's that?
It's crazy the star power of Nelly. I remember the first time I saw that video. What was it? Down, Down, Baby, Country Grammar. The first time I saw that, the first time I heard that song was when I saw the video.
Okay.
And I'm looking at the video. I remember it. I'm like, who is this?
We would legitimately sit at the radio just waiting for that to be played.
Like, I knew the first time Nelly, that video came on BET, I knew he was a star. Never heard nothing like it. Never saw nothing like his style and everything. It was
heard
like
anyone talk like that?
St. Louis. I was like, I didn't even know they rapped in St. Louis. This is the early 2000s. Like, I was like, what? Like, never. It's just amazing to see him go from that to where his career took him, and he tried the country thing, he did that. But bona fide superstar. But it is fucked up for him to, if what Ali and the rest of these guys are alleging is true, it is fucked up to see Nelly do his people like that. That's like that's totally like, come on, man. Like you really from, the struggle, the inner city, you know what I'm saying? Like you really from a place where it's tough and it's rough. So you knew what it was for all of y'all coming up, and for you to make it, and all of this money that you made, and all of these records you sold, and if your team and your guys wrote a lot of these songs, you got to take care of the team, bro. You have to.
And I mean, to Ali's story, he found all of them. He's the oldest in the crew, and put all of them together, taught everyone how to rap. That's why he was writing everyone's verses in the beginning. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you got to do right by that. Hopefully they settle outside of court.
Hopefully,
because again, if they didn't, I feel for Ali, because it would be tough. You're not documenting anything at that time. You're
because you're not thinking about that. You like,
I know I don't really have evidence.
Yeah, like we don't need. That's why I love that. I love that Quincy Jones died. Rest in peace to the legendary Quincy Jones. Love his documentary, how he talked about how him and Frank Sinatra did business. Never had a contract. Never looked each other in the eyes, shook hands, and never had a problem. From the first day they worked together, like. It's just fucked up that friends, quote unquote, family, go through shit like this.
Yeah, but if you see who was behind Frank and who was behind Quincy, it would have been a war. Neither of them could do bad business with each other. It would have been blood. It was above the streets. Them. Yeah, they were killing presidents.
There would be no Vegas. They were killing presidents.
Like, you think we talking about a verse?
Yeah, fuck that
talking
verse.
About practice?
Yeah, fuck that verse, man. We'll kill a president tomorrow fucking with us.
Do we have voicemails?
You've got mail.
Hey, what's up, Pod? Big fan of the show. Much love, Baby D, Maul, Rory. Calling because I just broke up with my girl. We're together for 4.5 years, ups and downs, recently single, and I'm kind of in a rut. I want to take a trip this summer. It's going to be a solo trip, and I don't know where to go. So I wonder if you guys were taking a trip this summer by yourselves anywhere in the world, where would y'all go? And then Maul, there's that story with your suitcase and the bad wheel. I'm taking the trip this summer, as I mentioned earlier. My suitcases are the miscellaneous suitcases you leave in your garage. Put me on game. Let me know what are some good brands to look for. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, he got the suitcase in the garage. Yeah, you got to get some new.
Yeah, you can only make it to Charlotte.
Yeah, you got to get some new wheels, fam. Go get you a good, I don't know. He might need to go to Target. Go to Target. He sound like he ain't traveling much. Go get some cheap luggage, man. Go to Target. But as a newly single guy going on a vacation this summer, there's only two options: DR or Colombia.
No, do not go.
Well, if you're going for that purpose, save your money and just go to Dykeman and get what you were going to.
No. You're not understanding.
Find a whore out
You're
there.
not understanding. You're not understanding. See, this is what you talking about. Dyke? No, that's New York. You got to go to the third world countries where they appreciate $50. You know what I'm saying? You go there.
Anything.
Oh my God! Listen, go to DR or Colombia. Bring a bunch of condoms. You know what I'm saying? Bring some change. As much change as you can. $300 go a long way in Colombia, man. Just have you some fun. But yeah, enjoy yourself, man. Go somewhere where you could just, be around some women, some sun, some water. And you're newly single, just enjoy yourself, man.
He shouldn't go to, like, I don't know, South America for an ayahuasca to find himself and, like, get over his issues.
Nah, not yet. Do that after. Do that after Colombia. Go get the ayahuasca so you can strip yourself of all of those memories. After go to Colombia, go crazy.
Strip yourself of all STD.
Yeah, go to Colombia. No, that's why I said bring a lot of condoms. Protect yourself, but go have fun, man. And then if you want to, get rid of, wash those demons away, then you go to Tulum or somewhere, Costa Rica next year. Take an ayahuasca ceremony.
They're in Costa Rica too.
Oh yeah, but I mean, you want to get rid of the Colombian DR.
Let's not just put that on DR and Colombia. Yes, you can fuck prostitutes there at a premium rate, but there's also other things to do.
Oh no, it's great food,
like
great
Colombia,
culture.
I mean, I've never been to Colombia, but I guarantee there's a lot of stuff that you
absolutely
sightseeing.
You can get your teeth done. You can get all kind of shit, man. You can, man. Go to Colombia, have fun, man. $1,000, you live like a fucking king. $1,000.
Show that new smile to your ex.
Yeah. $1,000. You come back, you a whole new person after Colombia, man. Go have fun.
What's number one on your travel list or bucket list?
So for solo travel,
Solo travel.
Solo's tough.
Bali. I'm stuck in Bali. Remember Russ told us that shit?
No flights coming and going.
Yeah, Russ still stuck in Bali.
I went to flighttracker.com right there. I was like, yo, there's 6 flights leaving today.
You can
Seats
catch
available.
You can catch this one right now, Russ. I do
hope
want
you
to
would go to Bali by your own choice.
Me?
Yeah, like you weren't forced out.
Oh no, yeah, no, I'm not being forced anywhere. No, but Bali is one of the places I want to visit.
Fiji Islands, I definitely want to go.
Yeah,
but a solo trip, I don't know if I'd want to do that. I feel like Fiji, I'd like to experience with somebody.
Definitely want to do Japan.
Yeah,
gotta see Japan, man. That shit is like a video game. I gotta see Japan.
I don't know if that was racist or not. But
No,
it felt
No, they have a lot of. I know exactly.
It's like very clean. It's like whoa, this is like a real place in the world. Like,
yeah,
gotta see Japan. Definitely want to see Japan. You talking about solo trips? Japan, Bali.
Japan, I would love for a solo trip.
Yeah.
I get a lot done by myself moving around out there.
I can be weird and nobody won't know me. Like I can just
you'd stick out.
I mean, I would, but I mean, they don't know me.
You might clean up out there too.
No, I'm not. I'm not going there for that, bro.
But you by yourself. No
I'm,
one gonna know.
I'm going there just to enjoy the
by your
culture, just enjoy the experience of Japan. But Japan, Bali, definitely on the top of my. And Africa, absolutely. I definitely want to go to Egypt. I want to go to South Africa as well. Just to experience, different parts of Africa.
Mm. Yeah, that's what kind of sucks. Like with how long life is and how big the world is and how much money costs on its own. Like to be able to do.
Yeah.
Because I could think of 1,000 places that I want to go, but
yeah,
who is the time?
It's a con.
Just got to work till you die.
Yeah, exactly. Look at us.
Heart attack.
Just work until we die, man.
Because I'd love to take a month to just go to Australia. That sounds amazing.
Oh yeah, Australia. Yeah, that's definitely one of those.
Probably make great memories. Things I could take into my casket of just loving life. But why would I do that? I'd rather just sit here and
work and pay taxes and die.
Yeah,
that's what you're here
exactly.
for.
I would do Costa Rica solo trip. And
Houston.
I actually want to go to Arizona. Funny enough, I want to go to Phoenix, and I want to go to one of those they have so many resort just retreats down in Arizona. Like
there's a great
retreat.
men's resort in Arizona.
What's a men's resort?
It's like you go. It's like a health resort. Like you go there, you get a full physical.
Oh, okay.
Spas.
They jerk you after the physical. They make you cough.
Damn, you mad freaked out.
Yeah,
a men's resort sounds. I thought he was talking about a whorehouse.
No, it's a real health. Like you go there, you get a full physical exam.
That's dope.
Yeah, like you relax, a bunch of spas, things like that. But yeah, Arizona's.
I want to.
You can go to Arizona any weekend. You can go to Arizona.
Yeah,
Arizona's really nice. Flagstaff's dope. What is it? Santa Fe?
Scottsdale.
Scottsdale is great.
Beautiful.
What's that lake that's between Nevada and Arizona? It's in both. The IG chicks just found out about it, so I need to get there soon. Lake Powell is very beautiful. It's Arizona, Utah, and it may touch a side of. Oh no, it's just Utah and Arizona.
I've been trying to get
that shit is beautiful and a quick domestic trip. You could do a long weekend in there and have fun.
I've been trying to book a trip at Amangiri in Utah, Canyon Point. Mm-hmm. Okay. That shit is always sold out. Every time I see an IG Vixen do a photo shoot there, I'm like, how are y'all booking these? I can't find a date that matches my schedule to book that shit for nothing.
Damn.
If I've been trying for a year and a half, it's just tough to book there, but it looks beautiful. I'm gonna get there though.
I mean, I was thinking about a solo trip for my birthday, but it's less than 3 weeks away. I don't think I'll be able to do it.
Yeah, you can go somewhere quick.
Yeah, and we have the week off. So I mean, we have the whole weekend off.
We have a day off.
Yeah, but we have also, but it flows into the weekend. You have 4 days off in a row. Actually,
Friday,
I think
Saturday,
5.
Sunday, Monday. Oh yeah, because Tuesday. All right, yeah. I guess that would be 5 days.
Yeah.
You could do something, man.
That Lake Powell shit might be kind of fun.
How old are you turning this year?
35.
Damn. Sorry, my bad.
I didn't say that. You don't want to know how old I'm turning this year.
You're supposed to age. That's the point.
A fact. It's a beautiful thing. It's a blessing, man.
Yeah.
It's a blessing.
You'll be there soon. Don't worry.
Though she there already. She don't want to go out. She don't want to stand up for more than 12 minutes.
And I'm about to freeze my eggs.
You about to do what?
Freeze my eggs.
Baby.
What? I'm a woman that wants to have kids eventually.
You're
That's
30. You're 2 weeks into 31 years old.
But that's still, your eggs start dying at 25. Yeah, that's something you have to.
Don't your eggs die every period?
Yes. You lose them and I'm not getting any more. So yeah, I have to start thinking about that. Freezing my eggs. Anything can happen.
Do they tell me how many you have every
No, you have to. I would have to go get that checked out, and I'm really not ready for them to go up in there yet. But yeah, I'm gonna probably get them frozen.
Do you think you know the person you're gonna have kids with? Like you have met already?
I used to think so, but no, not anymore.
Okay.
What about you? You gonna freeze your sperm?
Well, one of y'all fertilized my eggs. Sorry, so that they could last longer.
When you what?
So when I go to freeze my eggs, fertilized eggs tend to last longer and do better. So like, will one of y'all fertilize like half of them?
But when you like put it back in, would we be the father?
Yes.
You think that I would give you? Wait, baby, do you think that I would let you take my sperm and fertilize your egg?
First of all, you got like 5 more years left before like you start giving your kids at risk for autism and stuff. Like
you have to freeze that sack, brother.
Yeah, like the older men are, the less healthy the kids are likely to be. I'm just saying. So, come on, we can have a kid.
Little pod baby.
That just sounds like a terrible idea.
It's a Black Mirror episode.
That is a terrible idea.
That is definitely a Black Mirror episode.
Oh my God. Imagine that. Can you imagine the headlines if I donate my sperm to Baby D's egg? Like, can you imagine that? First of all,
Reddit would go crazy.
First of all,
there'd be a whole different Reddit just for that.
Yo, Peach Bleak. First of all, I'm all kind of. It's like we didn't even have sex. Like you just gave her sperm. Yeah. That's like the president. Like, what type of shit is that? Did you have a kid? Like, nah.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
We have a little pod baby.
I know some people that have like packs with their friends, like platonic friends. Yeah, I know.
I had one before that. She wouldn't have a baby.
Damn.
No, you broke the pack.
Wait, what was the age for the pack? Like if we're both this age?
Because she's, I think, like 4 years younger than me. So at the time, she was like, when she was 35, or 30, and I would have been turning 34, 35. She was like, would you have a kid? I was like, yeah. And then like 2 years later, she had a kid. Like, broke the pact.
Yeah, she thought about that shit a little long.
How long were you going to give her to? Till she turned 35?
That's what she was saying.
Okay, gotcha.
She had introduced the idea of it. And I was like, yo, we like super cool. Like I was like, yeah, why not? Like, I would.
This is where I wish we had another mic. Maybe Peach or Josh could just yell. What traits do you think the baby would take from each of these? Do you think this would be a well-meshed baby as far as how they act?
If I was to donate sperm to Baby D's egg?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that baby would be lit.
I think you guys would balance each other out well for the child.
Yeah. That baby. No, Baby D's right. I'm gonna be a like absent father. She's right.
No, for sure.
Well,
Yeah.
No. I'm gonna be an absent mother. No.
How? We both can't be absent, Baby D. Somebody has to be present.
But you got a big family. That's what I thought about.
You do too.
Like Rory, you got a big family.
Only child?
You do too. You on your phone with one of your sisters every day. I don't know which one.
But you got 400 of them motherfuckers though.
That's true.
And your nephew is so well raised. He's amazing. Like,
but what that got to do with you taking this kid?
Nah, I ain't doing that.
What?
Nah, I'm not the primary parent. You the primary parent.
How? You the one that's carrying the baby.
Yeah, for 9 months. And then for 18 years, it's on you.
Hell no. That just
I don't think that's
crazy.
How that works.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
The American tradition is the father of
that you're going to carry the seed for 9 months and then be like, yo, I'm cool.
But what's so funny about the scenario is you guys are planning to abandon your child. Not that I understand that people abandon their kids, but when shit happens, you'll be like, all right. He didn't want that baby. The shit happened, so he jetted.
But
you guys are going to science to create a child to then abandon.
Yeah, but look how it starts. I am donating. I am the donor.
It's a personal donation, though.
Yeah, I am depositing into Baby D's account.
Yes.
Of her egg, right? She then carries the egg. Wallet. Yeah, she carries the egg. She can't just leave the egg once it hatches.
You make more money than me. Like if in a child support war, I would lose because you make more money than me.
No, we don't gotta go there.
Imagine if a woman went to a sperm bank with the intention to abandon her child.
Yeah. Like, I just want to have it, but I don't want it. I just want to have it, but I don't want it. They're gonna be like,
no, it's just
how you a surrogate for a surrogate for a surrogate.
There's a difference between being you don't abandon, but not the primary parent. Like when it comes to like when the kid wants something, it needs to go to daddy first.
All right, so here's what we do. If it's a girl, you have to keep it. Cause I can't raise a woman.
I would not want my daughter raised by you, so agreed.
Wait, hold on. What that mean?
You just said you can't raise a girl. Why?
Because I would have to kill one of these little YNs out here. I don't want to do that. That's the only reason.
So you want to raise one?
A YN? Oh yeah. You're definitely raising a YN for sure. But if it's a boy, I'll take it. I'll raise him.
What's funny is I think he'd get all his violence from Demaris. I'd be more scared of his mother's side in a situation. Like to make an irrational impulse decision to murder me.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going with Demaris' side.
Yeah, so you have to raise it if it's a girl.
Cool.
I think that should be a thing anyway.
That's
No, girls need their fathers. Girls need their fathers.
Absolutely. But I'm saying, like, if the parents break up, split, like, you know, we get separate households, we don't live together, I think that if it's a daughter, she should still have a bond and a life with the father, but primary residence, who raises her, I think should be the mother. And if it's a boy, I think he should live under his dad's roof.
Girls the age 12 through 17 need to be with their fathers. 12 through
Like
17
every day?
Need to be with their, yes, they need to be with their fathers.
damn, like parenting.
Yeah.
Why though?
What do you mean why? That's when they need y'all the most. That's when they need y'all the most. That's when they need to be reassured the most. That male attention they need the most.
No, but you still, I'm not saying like the father is completely, I'm saying as far as live in the house.
You ever seen a 13-year-old girl argue with her mother? That should have shake the neighborhood.
You forgot I have a twin sister? You think I've never seen a 13-year-old
Exactly.
Also, it's the diplomat of the house.
argue? Yeah, you.
That's where they got the
I had to
name.
grow up fast. Like,
And if your daddy would have been off that stuff, your sister would have left and went with him immediately. I'm telling you, she would have asked her. She would have been gone.
yeah,
I can see that.
it is a point where mothers and daughters clash.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Them
It's
teenage
like
years, it's tough. You
it's
need
like
that
soon as y'all
escape.
first period, soon as that first period happened, that's it. It's over. Now it's like two women fighting for like. I've seen it. I'm just telling you what I saw.
Pissing on trees.
Yeah.
Who got the smarter mouth? Who got the bigger
my God.
attitude?
Who gonna have the last?
Mm-hmm.
That last?
That
Who got the last word?
Yo.
You don't want to know how many times my house shook up and down for the last one. I'm like, why don't y'all
Piss
both
mom
just
off
shut
more.
the fuck up? Just both of y'all shut the
And,
fuck
and
up.
now they're
Like,
both mad at you.
I'm
Only thing they can agree on.
I'm 14, like both of y'all. Shut the fuck up. Like,
Sensual.
just let it go. Like, yeah, it's crazy. That's a real thing.
I don't know what it is about teenage. It's like we just become monsters. My mother's thing used to be, Demaris. I used to be like, okay. She's like, Demaris, I swear to God, say okay one more motherfucking time.
It's the last. Y'all want that last. You know how many battles I've seen over the last? I'm like, yo, we talking about a box of cereal. This started at a box of cereal, and now we all the way here. Like, what are we talking
But then
about?
raising a teenage boy, you have to factor in all the towels that you can crack in half by the end of the week. It's gonna be fucking semen everywhere.
Nah, that was
Like,
never.
do you want a quiet house with dirty towels or a loud one with, a tampon or two?
Nah, me and my mom used to always like. Our thing was always like just me like coming in the house late after a while. Like that was mom. Like I was just started hanging out in the streets. Like
You been a whore.
nah, but it wasn't even that. It was like literally just being outside, like with the homies. Like we going to Brooklyn, we going to Queens, and we taking the train. It's 2 a.m. My mom's like, yo, what are you? How you think you just coming here 3, 4 a.m? Like what's? And it's like, yo, we with the. I'm not seeing nothing wrong with it, but looking back, I understand why my mother was so.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You know what it is to be on the train at 3 a.m. as a 16-year-old black kid. Like
Yeah. And she can't sleep. Like as a parent, you can't sleep.
yeah,
with
that
your
was
child
my thing.
out.
That was my, and then the girls, come bringing the girls to the house. That was a thing, but my mom's thing was it's better than bringing the boys to the house. So you know what I'm saying? That was just like
Jesus Christ.
it was just that part of it.
So we've decided what we're gonna do depending on if it's a boy or a girl.
Mm-hmm.
With that agreement, let's say we get to 15 and a transition wants to happen. Does the household
You
transition?
can't help yourself, can you? You can't help
Like
yourself.
transitions from boy to girl.
Mm.
So yeah,
I knew we were going to take that out. Anyways, Pete, you can keep it on me. Okay, do we got... Come back over. I got you.
It's just why? Because why?
Because I was sitting right there. Okay. Do we have names that we can agree on? We already know where the boy or the girl is staying. Do you have boy names?
Yeah, I got boy names.
What's your boy names?
I think I want a junior.
I'm not naming my kid Jamal, but it's spelled Jamil. I'm not doing it.
Why? He's Muslim. You take a
With
shahada.
a Jesus piece on.
Yeah. Take a shahada. Yeah, raise a Muslim baby.
Yo.
I can see you turning Muslim.
She needs 1 month with Kevin Gates. Get her right.
Kevin got Brittany draped.
I might be the only person to ever stress Kevin Gates out. Kevin wouldn't stress me out. I would stress Kevin.
He
the
seems
fuck
like
out.
your type. I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm serious.
He's a challenge.
I can
I love
see
a
Kevin-
challenge. Yeah.
Y'all would argue all fucking day.
Yeah, Kevin Gates and Demaris. Yeah, that's an argument waiting.
Do you have girl names?
She gave us girl names before. Then maybe
Alexandra or Anastasia.
Jamaris.
Peach from left field.
Jamaris.
I like Demaris.
No, you don't.
No, you
You
don't.
do not. You don't like Jamaris.
It can still be a junior. Demaris Jr.
And it's like, what is it? A
Who's
boy
the-
and girl? Like, is it just a unisex name?
We saw the Smiths do it. Look how that turned out.
Great
Two creative kids.
Two creative kids, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gonna have a kid that talks too fucking much. 2 podcasters can't have a kid. Kid won't shut the fuck up.
No, that kid's gonna
It's
be
funny
dead
because
quiet.
I mean, Rory knows I only talk here.
Yeah.
Nah, same. No, I only talk here.
I don't talk to nobody outside of this shit. I talk to the same 4 people every day, probably.
Yeah.
Outside of these walls.
Because I have a word count, like a Twitter word count, and it usually ends here.
Yeah.
I go home and be quiet.
Yeah, I talk to my nephew, like, he's one of the 4 people I speak to every day. And he's, how old is my nephew?
5?
9? 9.
Damn.
I talk to him
getting
every day.
old.
He's one of the few people I talk to every day. A 9-year-old. I don't talk to nobody. Fuck y'all.
All right. Well, am I by proxy just the Godfather? Like, is that just how?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nah, because if he go broke, you go broke too. I need somebody that's not connected.
What you mean?
I need somebody who ain't. We can't all have the same. No,
Yeah.
no, because if we get canceled, because Rory can't stop mentioning the goddamn. Then no, the Godfather.
I've never referred to them as that.
Neither one
The
of them.
the goddamn keep coming up in here, buying up all the good great Christian man's hair. Like, yo, Demaris is fucking crazy,
just
man.
bleep it off. I'm sorry, but yeah, did we? What was the voicemail?
Nah, we got him right. I told him go to Colombia, DR. You know what I mean? Go to just get you some bullshit luggage, man. Don't worry about it. Go to Target or go to what's the other? Not Target. Walmart.
TJ Maxx.
TJ Maxx.
Target is probably gonna have some expensive luggage though.
I mean, just get you some, just black, something durable.
This is not an ad, but tell Volume they owe us one. Away luggage is affordable and great.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've ran my away luggage into the ground over the last 5 years.
How do you spell it?
Away.
Oh.
AWAY.
Yeah,
Create a code just for the fuck of it.
yeah. Just for the fuck of it, create a code.
These are the ads that work when you say shit like that.
We'll leave an Amazon link in our description.
Yeah, man, just go do that. Go to Colombia, DR. Take you about $1,000 spending cash if you have. If not, $500 a do. Just have fun for 4 days.
Just journal out there.
Yeah, just get your mind right. You know what I'm saying? Make sure, like I said, keep yourself protected and have fun, man. Enjoy yourself.
All right.
All right, well, it's been good talking to you guys. Now it's time for me to shut up for the rest of the evening.
Peach, is there like an AI program that we can see what the baby would look like between Maul and Demaris? Because I mean, to me, that's
Peach, I was thinking that. Yo,
I was thinking, is that what you were thinking, Peach, over there in your little lair? Is
they
that
be
what you
saying
think?
me and Maul look alike.
See, that's racist.
That is racist.
They be
We
saying
don't look-
when
we do
when
not
my
look
face
alike.
was chunkier, they said I look like a female Maul.
We don't look alike.
I'm like Maul literally has a twin. I look nothing like her.
Yeah, we don't look alike. That's just them being racist, but it's all good. All right, well,
Peach, have me cutting the umbilical cord.
yeah, that'll work. That's the Godfather.
That'll work.
That's the Godfather duties right there.
No, it's not.
It is. Peach, I'm gonna check that movie out. I don't know if I go today, probably tomorrow. Check that movie out. Need a good movie. There's another good movie out that I saw the trailer for. The Amateur.
What's that about?
Yeah, there's a guy whose girlfriend was killed by some people, and he's like a nerdy tech guy, and then he wants to become a killer to get revenge. And
Oh yeah, this guy. I like this guy.
Lawrence Fishburne's in it. Who else is in it? What's my guy's name? That's in The Accountant. His brother, Ben Affleck's brother, in The Accountant.
Casey Affleck.
No, not his real brother.
Oh.
the guy in The Accountant that's Ben Affleck's brother in The Accountant. He's in it. And it was somebody else that was in the trailer that I saw. Lawrence Fishburne, him and somebody else, and I was like, damn, that's a lot of this big name actors. But I had never heard of it. I was just trying to go to the movies. I'm like, damn, I haven't been to the movies in a minute. Didn't know what was out. I'm waiting for Michael B. Jordan's Sinner.
It comes
coming
out Thursday. You guys want to go after work?
I'm down.
To see Sinner?
Yeah, as a group. Yo, he gonna find a reason.
No.
Thursday's too soon to find a way to cancel. So
No.
say no now.
Because I know I have to do something Thursday. No, for real. Because 420 is this weekend, so it's a lot of shit going on. No, seriously.
Yeah, that's 417 though.
But it's the weekend of
weekend,
420.
yeah, It's Easter weekend.
No, serious. Y'all making
is.
jokes and I'm dead serious. But it's another movie, The Sinner, and something else that I was trying.
King of Kings? No, not that. Drop?
No, it was The Accountant 2. The Accountant 2 is coming out the 25th.
Okay. I binged the entire Black Mirror over the weekend.
How was that?
It was good. I liked it better than the last season. Yeah.
How was Issa's episode?
It was really, really good. Yeah, Issa smoked that. Lesbian scenes, it's great.
Yeah, I gotta check it out.
With
I watched
Whole thing, making out with a chick for 45 minutes.
what is the documentary about the social influencer kids and the mother ended up being like a pedo?
Oh, that's on my queue that I can't spell.
was
It's like
good.
influence babies.
Yeah, influencers,
Yeah,
something like that.
influ babies, some shit like
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
influx of babies. I don't know what the fuck that shit was called, but I watched that. It's 3 episodes. I watched that. It was pretty interesting. I think the mom was obviously a pedo and a piece of shit, but whatever. And I also watched
Whatever.
I watched Baddies Reunion. Part 1 came out.
Oh,
finally.
I see. That's what I'm watching tonight. when I
Oh
get
my
home.
God, you gotta watch. Shout out to Tinker. Tinker's pregnant. Congrats to Tinker.
Of course.
Come on.
No,
It's
we've
Tinker.
been waiting.
Yeah, we've been waiting for Tinker.
We have to do a watch party for baddies.
We've been waiting. Who's been waiting for Tinker to get pregnant?
Wait, when is the next Baddies reunion? Because I think I am going to set up a watch party for y'all to watch that, figure out how to do that.
Next Sunday.
It's next Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's every Sunday. I think it's gonna be 3 parts, but part 1 came out this past weekend. I watched that.
One of our tech nerd listeners DM me so that we can figure out how to do that. Because I think that would, to advertise that with you guys would be a big thing.
We've done it for the Grammys on Discord, but because Zeus is subscription based, I'm not sure. We'd have to figure out.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but
either way, I'm more than down.
Oh no, you gotta watch part 1. Catch up.
Oh no, I'm watching tonight.
Yeah,
I'll be
slacking.
ready for part 2. Don't worry.
All right, cool. Get ready.
No, I upgraded to the good Zeus too.
Yeah. Got to. You got to.
So I'm going to see Sinners Alone on Thursday, April 17th.
But see, you would
April
flake. See,
18th.
I'll say yes, and then you'll flake.
It's the 18th though. Well, you said 17th.
No, it's we can see it as early as Thursday the 17th.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotta check it out.
Crazy, right? That day.
Slammed. Schedule slammed.
Slammed.
Schedule slammed. Schedule slammed. All right, well, we'll talk to you in a couple of days. Be safe. Be blessed. I'm that sinner. He's just ginger. Peace.
True.